Okay, I think we should be live any moment, Miss Flutterio. Let me just check my channel through the phone to see if it's live or not. If it is, then we will begin our introduction shortly.
Who are you again?
Jedi Griffin Pictures. You should know this, Flutterio.
Oh, just making sure, just in case you remember who you are.
Very funny, very funny. Anyways, I believe we are live at the moment. I'm pretty sure. In case we are, greetings, class. Toucan Sam, aka Jedi Griffin Pictures here, and with me today is the Cinderella Flutterio. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, we've got a rootin' tootin' great video for everybody to watch and watch us react to, because this one has taken Cosmic a long time, and I would appreciate if everybody did actually watch it, because it's about an individual who, in my opinion, has got a lot to answer for and is a little bit unhinged, in my opinion.
Very unhinged, and that is something I will agree on. So
Oh,
with
and
that
Cosmic says, if you don't change that damn thumbnail.
I will fix the thumbnail shortly, Miss Cosmic. I apologize. I will fix it.
Fix
Yes,
the thumbnail, you damn Griffin looking
I'll do
ass.
it. I will actually do it after the stream because I feel like we should react to this first. Then I'll fix the thumbnail if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I will fix the thumbnail as soon as the stream is over. So today we're going to be reacting to Cosmic's recent video called The Complete 2022 through 2023 Brandon the Pedo Pony and ChrispyTube Incidents. Oh, wow, that's been a while since I've heard of ChrispyTube. But Brandon the Pedo Pony? Ha ha ha. Anyways, let's start, shall we? So grab some popcorn and some drinks and
Add some brain cells because you're gonna lose some. You're gonna lose some whenever you talk about, Ryan Shenkim or anybody else. You lose brain cells. So try and see if you can find a way to just not lose brain cells.
Yeah, that too. And if anyone who's artisan in the chats, feel free to grab a pencil and your tablets. So with that being said, let's get to it. Let's begin. Just gotta wait for it to get the audio set up. Oh, there it goes.
Imagine you're a content creator who has just gotten out
Yep,
of a
I
situation
can hear.
revolving around one of your biggest ops at the end of 2021. You start off the year of 2022 by bumping into someone you think is genuine, who sheds light on supposed.
I apologize for the loading, class. It's just, again,
Oh, Ben, you fucking suck. You suck, Ben.
It's back. It's back. Like I said, I am running on OBS and there's a lot of taps going on, so maybe that's why.
Pedophile / nonce. After that, you bump into someone else.
You know what? Let me change the resolution. Maybe that's the problem. Give me a minute. Because I think the
resolution needs to be low. Sam. Toucan Sam doing Toucan Sam. We knew you'd goof this up. Okay, everybody, L in the chat for Ben. L.
That's hurtful. That's hurtful. But anyways.
Who also.
Okay, that works.
Oh, how Ben, how is it help? How is it hurtful?
You also decide to make a video on the situation. After which, you see that the first person you bumped into ends up making a post about conventions. After getting backlash, you witness them say they were never a part of the community they claimed to inhabit. Then, you see the other person who shedded light on the accused's accusations make a video in which they get information wrong. After which, an entirely new person comes out of the woodworks and decides to make videos where it appears that they're driving through said person's neighborhood, making that person then go into hiding and then witnessing the new person accuse them of being a pedophile / nonce, making them the second main person that was accused of pedophilia / noncery that you have personally seen during that year. After these allegations, you witness the person who was accused, as in the second person, fully leave YouTube and Twitter, and you also witness the person who received backlash about conventions joining in and co-signing this new supposed information. Having enough of this, you defend the second person accused of nonsense.
Wait, oh. So,
After hounding the pair accusing the second person, it's revealed in December of that year that they had lied about both the first and second person that they accused of pedophilia/noncery, passing off all their actions all along as trolling, and then witnessing them attempt to rewrite the narrative later on in the following year, with them deleting their videos from that time frame and essentially getting away with what they did. In a last-ditch effort, you make a video piecing together the timeline in a desperate attempt to make sure none of what happened was forgotten. You entitle it appropriately, of course, and in the years to come, more people learn about the situation. Though, unlike what you had hoped, these individuals ended up unintentionally spreading more misinformation and touting it as fact, thanks to the rewriting that had happened after the trolling claim all the way in December of 2022, obscuring the true timeline that you yourself witnessed, that you had lived through, and that you had fought tooth and nail to try to correct, and inadvertently witnessed everyone playing right into the hands of those who had caused chaos and discord throughout those years. Feeling powerless, and feeling as if you failed to correct a narrative that had been so messed up that the only way someone would have been able to have pieced it together is if they had intimate knowledge from your side, including archived Twitter posts and archives of the videos that were taken down after that situation. Well, I guess it's time for me to do just that. I know it was confusing, but what you just heard was my experience throughout 2022 and 2023. At least, a brief recap of the situations that occurred. In my last video on this situation back on August the 20th, 2023, entitled The Forgotten Perspective, I pieced together the timeline of events that had happened in an attempt to make sure that the individuals who started these claims wouldn't get what they wanted. Unfortunately, however, as one of the victims of this, because that is by logic what Brandon the Brony Pony is in regards to this situation, got more known for his own shenanigans, for example, in the Persona fandom, people started mispiecing things together. As well as this, people have straight up ignored my existence in this, thanks to Ryan on Wi-Fi trying to sit here and rewrite the narrative. One claim I specifically
Okay, so before you say anything, Ben, this is quite a lengthy timeline which Cosmic will discuss. Oh,
yeah, pretty much.
Ben
Yeah.
can...
No, I can hear
sorry.
you. I let you spoke first. But no, that is something that
okay.
I wanted to address.
This is quite a lengthy timeline, but also I want to say that a lot of people have got information wrong in terms of what happened, but also Cosmic has sort of been pushed out of the way as though they do not matter, and this needs to be said. And Cosmic was pretty much part of this, trying to wrap up loose ends, trying to get the information correct. A lot of videos out there about Brandon either do not have the correct information or where Cosmic's involvement has been voided entirely, and I think it's right for her to give her side, but also to tell the truth, because yes, certain people have tried to rewrite this to their benefit, and you will not be getting any more benefit from this. Ryan?
No, you will not. No, you won't. And I fucking agree with that. Because yes, I will confirm that this is what's going on.
By the way,
Go ahead.
Oh, and by the way, Ryan, I find it very convenient that you're leaving YouTube the minute that you know that Cosmic is looking into the situation. Very convenient.
Oh yes, very convenient timing, Twig boy. Like, good luck of living in the USA despite that you live in Canada, twig boy. We'll get to that topic in a moment. But, yeah, but as Flutterio pointed out earlier, and I will state for a fact that is what happened, that majority of people have been giving huge misinformation on Brandon the pedo pony lately, and Cosmic tried to correct that, and yet people disregard her like she was nothing, which I don't find that acceptable. I find that completely fucked up, and as Flutterio pointed out, I stand by what she said. So let's just continue on with this rabbit hole, shall we, class? Because this keeps getting interesting and interesting.
Specifically heard from one YouTuber was that all they could find about me was that I was some Indian kid snapping their fingers.
And sending a fake cease and desist to a YouTuber named Cosmic. I couldn't find anything about Cosmic except a channel with the same name that uploaded a video of an
Okay, I want to start point for the record. That's not how you spell Cosmic's channel. And as you all could see, this is how her channel is spelled. KOSMIKTYM for Cosmic Time. Like, I don't understand how it's that difficult to spell that name.
I also do not understand why Ben. I'm sorry, but you can back search images. You could have literally looked for Cosmic. You could have literally looked. This is somebody who's done a lot of sloppy research.
No, and that was a
This is
clown
sloppy.
moment. No, it is sloppy, and it's a clown moment. Like, it makes Toucan Sam look like chicken feed. Like, even I do proper research in this. Like, come on now. That's kind of insulting, right? But anyways, let's
it's insulting, Ben. No, Ben. It's insulting that a person didn't actually go and Google these things properly. It's an insult.
Yeah, it is. Or let alone trying to look at the facts properly, too. And getting confirmation of XYZ. But I guess that just proves that not all people are as intelligent as we think they are. But let's continue on with the video.
Mm-hmm.
Indian child trying to snap their fingers.
Wild. I know it wasn't intentional, but can she? Come on now. As of writing this video script and putting it together, these claims have gone unchecked, partially due to the fact that I was not ready and didn't feel the need to make another video detailing the timeline of events that happened in 2022/2023. However, upon working on the early months of 2023, and as of 3:50 AM on the 17th of July 2026, new evidence has come out about the situation thanks to Twitter updates and my overall timeline of the situation, which fundamentally changes the context behind every single event in 2023 and 2022. It's because of this that I believe, thanks to everything that will be shown, as well as a timeline that has been cross-referenced with archived Twitter screenshots and archived videos, at the very end of the timeline, I will show you how I believe Ryan on Wi-Fi's original intended target for his actions wasn't ChrispyTube, or even Brandon the Brony Pony. It was me.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, theys, thems, and everything else in between, my name is Cosmic, or Cosmic Time, and this is the complete 2022 and 2023 Brandon the Brony Pony and ChrispyTube incidents. To fully understand the complete events, we must travel back to the start of 2022. Since I am the one who is piecing this timeline together, we'll start with my own seemingly, and ironically, forgotten perspective to set the stage, before anyone complains I am a main character in this situation, and I'll touch more on why I believe this as we go along. For now though, please, I'm asking you just bear with me, there's a hell of a lot to get through. So, I had just gotten out of a situation on November the 2nd, 2021 in regards to the person known as Marco Narancic, aka Dark Hero Brand 99. I'll leave a link to the December 10th, 2023 video I did on Marco detailing all of this, but basically, he admitted to knowing about a minor's age and still sent them pornography. Oh my god, it's a yes or no question, Dark. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Just say yes or no. It's that simple.
You know what? Yes, I fucking know Cody's age. The fucking.
That will never. Oh, sorry, Ben, but that will never not stop making me laugh.
No,
That never stops me laughing.
No, Flutterio. Why do you think I don't believe Marco's bullshit when he said no, I didn't, but yet you just admitted to Cosmic that you were aware of the minor's age, and yet you send the pornographic image to said kid.
Yeah. But this is actually something that becomes quite interesting later. But let's continue.
Yep, let's continue.
Not the pedophilia, the sending of the indecent images to the minor, the pornography to the minor is bad.
Oh no.
But when you find what else happens during that time and what the said person has done to Cosmic and what information they have on quite a few people, it's interesting that they're here. It becomes very interesting. But do continue, Ben.
Oh no, it does, and we'll get to that shortly, so let's continue on.
First bumped into Ryan on Wi-Fi via Twitter on the 9th of January 2022. They had apparently made a video on Dark Hero Brand 99 themselves, which I found out was made on the 1st of December 2021.
Well, it's funny because when I first made a video in the Brony community, it was a New Year's resolution. It was the 1st of December.
Even though I hadn't seen this video, and they were going back and forth with a person known as Punk Rarity. Now, unlike what Ryan implied in his interview with Crispy on May the 1st, 2023,
Bronies didn't like me. You look in Twitter mentions. If you go on Twitter, put in @Ryan on Wi-Fi, and you look before the end of January, because that's when the Brandon stuff happened. Yeah. Look before the end of January. I was getting flamed on Twitter by Bronies. So.
And that was
I was hated since day one. Right? Yeah, Punk Rarity. It's funny because Cosmic knows all about it. I sort of knew Cosmic before you came along. So Cosmic knows.
I did actually support him, as you can see on screen. And so did so many others. From there, on the 27th of January 2022, Ryan then made his video entitled Brandon the Lonely Pony, which has been archived by several people. Unbeknownst to me though, Ryan and Brandon had apparently already gone to blows with each other, specifically about Brandon's racist actions prior to the creation of the January 27th video. In this video, Ryan shows alleged proof of Brandon interacting with a minor. Regarding the messages, Ryan on Wi-Fi showed that Brandon had allegedly asked this minor for sexual favors, sent a blue snowball mic to them, and requested for an image of him to have the pony character Starlight Glimmer pasted over a picture of him allegedly holding a fucking dildo. Upon the minor rejecting these requests, Brandon then allegedly threatened to dox the minor. Afterwards, when I got wind of all this, I and a few others on Nathan Aldu Star's now deleted stream, which took place on January the 28th, 2022, confronted Brandon when he entered the call. There, Brandon showed us the alleged original picture. However, just to defend myself, because of Discord streaming quality, the image did look smudged or blurred around the area where the supposed dildo would have
It
been.
does look a bit smudged, I
So,
guess.
I asked him directly why it looked
Yeah,
like
it
that.
does.
Not seem right. It looks like.
What do you mean?
Why did you use the smudge tool on Photoshop? Upon the end of that, Brandon then went after the user Buzzy Trombone, a user on DeviantArt where Brandon said that they hoped Buzzy
Oh look,
died
Buzzy's
painfully.
mentioned.
This DeviantArt account used by Brandon, which actually confirms to be his second account. You can still find the messages that he sent to Buzzy. Buzzy, at some point, deactivated their DeviantArt to my knowledge. It's also important to note that Brandon had also made alternative accounts to send messages to Buzzy, specifically saying that he
Real quick, class, before we continue this video, I was requested by Cosmic to, play the voice note for the Here Brian stuff. Like, is that okay for me to do so, Cosmic? Yes or no? Like, do I have consent to do that? Because, you know, from what I'm reading in the DMs, I mean, in the, you know, what I'm reading right now, it's like asking to play the notes. Like, do you want me to do that?
Also, please just ignore the door in the background. That's just the spooks. I have spooks in my house.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, the screen will be back. You see it? Okay, yeah, alright, hang on. So, class, hopefully you can hear what's being said right now, so here we go.
I spent 5 hours trying to get that admission out of Hero Brian.
Oh, that's right. Cosmic did point that
Yeah.
out. 5 hours to get that admission from Hero Brian. Which, damn. Poor Cosmic. I'm sorry, girl. 5 hours of that shit wasted. Kinda like how it was for me yesterday, wasting 6 hours on jury duty. Gotta love jury duty, class.
Ben, every time I listen to you, I feel like I've taken 6 hours off my lifespan, so...
Damn, that cuts me real deep, Cinnamon Roll. You cut me real deep. But let's continue on with the video, class.
Live with it, bitch.
Buzzy's grandparents got raped brutally, amongst also saying that he just
That's
make
right,
alternative
Brandon did
accounts to
say
harass
that
Buzzy.
shit to Buzzy.
Let me reiterate, since I said this in my 2023 video on all of this, that if I had caught wind of this, I would have called it out. Finally, what sealed the deal for me personally, despite what people have been saying, is when I messaged Ryan on Wi-Fi myself through Twitter DMs. To give a context on my state of mind, my suspicions were raised after the Nathan Aldu Star stream that happened on the 28th of January 2022. But I still wasn't fully convinced until the next series of things happened. I figured, in my mind, Ryan wouldn't be able to fabricate a conversation if put on the spot about it, especially one as long as the one he had shown in his video. So, I asked him directly, at point blank range, if he could ask the supposed minor to take a video of them going through the DMs with Brandon and clicking on his profile to show that it was in fact him, since, at the time, Brandon tried to say that Ryan forged the evidence. He then sent it to me, and it did look legitimate. After receiving this, Brandon then made a video called I Didn't Do It, Warning Tears, where Brandon decided to fake cry. You can see that he did this due to the fact that his crying suddenly stops at one point as he looks at the camera and then in various points scratches his ass, though he pulled this down sometime during the end of January.
How could I forget that? That was fucking funny.
Ryan's video was then taken down.
When you're crying, Ben, you just start... Because that's what normal people do. They just start crying and scratch their ass at the same time. Because that's totally normal.
Seconds into the video, or around about that time. And I've slipped in the screenshot from Lord Ben Maza that he put in his video that I got from the Forgotten Perspective video. I'm archiving from a lot of places. I'm a little bit stressed because of the video editing, because now I'm seeing this video and I'm like, wait a minute, who are you? You know that meme of the kid who's like, wait a minute, who are you? Like, I don't remember this video existing. Brandon the Brony Pony is done. So I have two theories right off the bat, right? That just make sense to me in my mind. It doesn't hurt anything in like the timeline overall, because Ryan took down the Brandon the Lonely Pony video anyway, and it's been archived, so you know, both could slip in without issue. But my first theory is that Ryan renamed Brandon the Lonely Pony to Brandon the Brony Pony is done, which I mean seems plausible. And then you have to take into the other consideration, like,
I will confirm this. I actually did copy and paste what Ryan and Ruff I said in the description of his video, because, you know, I was archiving that video for archive purposes. I only copied and pasted what was said in his original video description. So I'm gonna say, for the record, this is what was said in the description of his original video. So you hear it from me, class. I copied and pasted what was in the description of Ryan's video and re-upload it on my channel, which you guys could see it on my channel. It's there. So what are your thoughts on that, Flutter Rio?
Well, ain't that interesting? Ain't that real interesting, Ben?
Oh, that is very interesting indeed. So that's funny. Like, Cosmic, I hope that theory of yours is correct, because again, like I will clarify, class, when I was archiving Ryan, during the whole Brandon situation, because I had a feeling that Brandon would take down Ryan's video. So in my moral obligation, I'm like, maybe I should archive this in my channel just so that way it's archived. I copied and pasted what was said in the description, as well as the title of the video, and bada bing, there you go. Again, it's in my channel if you want to look at it, but yeah, I copied and pasted what was said in the description, which really makes you think, doesn't it? Really makes you think,
I just want to acknowledge, just so everybody's aware, Ryan has a habit of deleting and privating videos. There are videos that he has made out there that have been either deleted or privated. And it's quite interesting that he's so oblivious to knowing that, hey, these are being deleted. You don't think you're going to get it back? Yes. People will archive that shit and they will get it back.
Man, I am so glad that I archived this specific video, did I, class? Wow, Toucan Sam actually did something right for once. Holy cow. I did something right for once. So let's continue on, shall we?
Oh, yeah, because, you know, a stop clock can be right twice, bud.
Very funny.
Into consideration the other possibility, right? Because if you, like, as you'll see further down the line, he did the same sort of stuff to Crispy, where he was capitalizing on the reaction of what Crispy was doing in order to make videos on Crispy. And he could have possibly have made this video from like the 1st to the 2nd, or like January 29th to like February the 2nd or 3rd, like the day before he got the day before he got like taken down for the defamation complaint. And he could have made it capitalizing off of Brandon's reactions, if that makes sense. But then you also have to take into account the Brandon the like crying video and like all of his defenses and all of this, that, and the other. It gets confusing. But those are my two theories. Let me know if you guys remember this video even like existing, because I don't remember this video existing if it's a standalone one. I think this was one that was renamed by Ryan personally, but let me know in the comments below whether or not this is actually a video that you remember going around and it's separate from the Brandon the Lonely Pony one. Anyways, back to script me, and I'll see you guys when I make another addendum. At least that is what is indicated to me from the uploads in my own archived tweets. Jedi Griffin Pictures re-uploaded the Ryan video, and I re-uploaded the Brandon Fake Tears video on January the 1st, 2022, receiving a copyright strike on the 3rd of February because of this, and tweeting about it on February the 4th. After that, I was then pulled into a voice call with Nathan Aldo Star, where Brandon and 2 other people sometime in early/mid-February, I would hazard a safe guess and probably say that it was around about the 10th to the 14th of February, who were trying to say that on DeviantArt, you couldn't delete conversations. These people were very hostile to me during this, and the call ended with one of the individuals saying I should go back to drawing my shitty art before I was removed from the group chat.
Go on. You know, report him to DeviantArt and go on your little merry way. Go on your little merry way then. Go make your little shit art.
Okay, I will.
Go on, leave the fucking group
Oh,
chat
did
now.
you just say that I make shit art?
Go on. Yeah. You make shit
Okay.
art. Don't care. Go away.
Wow, look at all those
Finally,
shitty people.
In mid-February 2022,
Real mature, isn't it?
ChrispyTube appeared and released their first TCAV to Catch a Philly Fiddler episode dedicated on Brandon the Brony Pony. Then, after that, Brandon made a post stating he was leaving on the 14th of February 2022, along with saying that his friend Zack Attack, who had worked with him on Brony Meets Equestria, had blocked him on social media. This then prompted
Again,
Crispy
gotta
to give
love
an
it that I
update as to the
archive everything
Brandon
on my
situation
channel,
in
huh?
Second's TCAF episode on what's believed to be the 16th to the 20th of February 2022. So, because of all of this, my mind thought that Brandon was guilty. This is the entirety of everything that made me believe that Brandon was guilty. Note that I'm only speaking for myself here. I do not know what made other people believe these claims that Ryan had made. I'm just giving insight into what I experienced and what made me believe the claims. It's imperative to show that Brandon was not, in any way, shape, or form, to be fair to me, helping himself. He was digging himself deeper into a claim that, in hindsight, was false. But it also didn't help that when Brandon decided to try and defend himself after the fake crying video, he said you can delete DeviantArt chats, but I would never do that.
Chats, and you can't, well, you can delete chats, but I didn't delete any chats.
Thanks to all of this happening, on February the 23rd, 2022, I released my video entitled The Tale of Brandon the Brony Pony, which, as of the making of this video, has now been re-uploaded on July the 15th, 2026. I also want to make it known that out of myself, Crispy, and Ryan, I was the last person out of the 3 of us to make a video. I waited for the longest time and probably gave this man the longest period of grace in terms of Brandon. Since Ryan's video was made at the end of January, Crispy's 2 videos were made before mine in the middle of January. So if anybody wants to say I blindly believed what was going on, no, I didn't. As proven by what I've shown that led up to my video, the things that happened from that point onward, from when the video was released on Ryan's channel all the way up to my video's release, is what swayed my mind fully. One thing I want to touch upon before going any further into the next part, just to make it abundantly clear to people, Ryan had the opportunity, when he saw that this stuff was being blown out of the waters, to come out and say that this was false immediately. He had that chance. When he finally did...
Sorry for pausing, but I want to confirm what Cosmic said, that yes, Ryan had plenty of time to clear the air about certain things, but he didn't. Really makes you wonder, why did he not come forward when all this was going on?
Well, it's also interesting, Ben, that he was the first person to make the video. I'm not saying that you can't be the first person to make a video on anything, but it just felt like they were the first person to go, yeah, I did it first, I did it first, I did it first. They could, I think when it comes to Ryan, when they do make videos, they have rushed into things and they have got some aspects wrong when they do, because they have rushed to do that. Not great, Ryan.
Yeah.
Not great, but
No,
that's
really
but this is like a really This is kind of like a really nitpicky thing that I have compared to the huge and Morse problem that I believe Ryan is.
Yeah, we'll get to that shortly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure it's
Do
going to be
continue.
discussed in this video. Again, please share this stream around, and as well, please check out Cosmic's original video in the description of the stream. So, just gonna have to wait for the video to be done, upload, it's rendering because the damn OBS is like trying to catch up with the speed of the, momentum, if that makes sense.
Why does everything suck for you, Ben?
It's probably because, again, maybe the internet frequency of my end is being a little weak. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it'll continue. Oh, there it goes.
Things being false.
There it goes.
He also then stated that everyone else was also a liar for believing his claims.
We got to remember that you lied too. You know, you put it on your show, and a lot of people put it on their show too. I look on YouTube at all the videos about me.
Can you just pause that a second, Ben? I just want to say something to that.
Go ahead.
Everybody's a liar for posting misinformation. What happens when you cannot clarify? What happens when you don't know that it's misinformation? So everybody who does anything wrong and then says, oh, I'm going to have to re-clarify this is misinformation, so they're liars. So basically what Ryan is saying here is, if you copied him or you copied his words, you're a liar too. Oh, so everybody's a liar because they believed you. Oh, so everybody's a liar. Isn't that great, Ben? Isn't that just fucking great?
Yeah, it really makes you wonder. Anyways, I'm going to let this video resume. And again, Flutterio, just let me know if you want me to pause the video, because I do need to go something real fast. But yes, this video will continue.
They've lied too, because they've sold the Brandon story as well. They were all liars.
So, Ryan, I directly ask you these two questions. One, why did you not say that it was fake when all of this was kicking off in January/February, considering you knew about all of this going on? Two, why did you wait until mid-October/early December of 2022, after I had you cornered, mind you, to admit the things that you had said about Brandon and Crispy? You know what you were doing. It is not on anyone else, unlike what you say, except for yourself, as to how this all spun out of control. You lied about two individuals, manipulated many individuals, fabricated evidence, and refused to disclose this, harmed two people in the process, and you since still refuse to take accountability. In fact, as of the making of this video, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan on Wi-Fi, after catching wind of my tweets and me looking at his TikTok profile, has decided to leave. Ryan, you are a grown man. You are responsible.
You see that, class? This is why I'm gonna pause this video. Is because that's, again, what we said earlier, Flutterio. This is very fucking convenient timing. When Cosmic started doing her little digging and investigations, what does Ryan do? He fucking yeets offline. Why, Ryan? Like, why are you running? Like, how about you just be a man, tell the truth, say, yeah, I fabricated XYZ, and take accountability for your fuck up, and just get it over with.
Ben, the first thing I'm going to say is, why would you call everybody a liar? That's again a problem. You're telling people, oh, you're all liars. What, when you basically were, when you actually made a video with false information, you're willing to call people liars? When they took a look at the information and went, yeah, that seems right. Why? Yeah, you are just that's. I'm sorry, Ben, but that is just a fucking ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Oh well, everybody's. I'm sorry, but if I said, I don't know, Ben has a his, I don't know, just say I made a quick video saying, hey, Ben has a. Again, I'll just think of an example. Hey, everybody! Ben has a fetish for Hatsune Miku, and that character is what 16-year-old. Bear in mind, I'm just
No.
going off like a thing. Like,
Nah.
and when I was proven wrong, me telling everybody, "Oh well, you're all liars." Who
But
would
yet
look
you're
in
the
the
one.
who would be
But
the liar then? Me? I would be the person who would be the liar, not the people who went, "Hey, yeah, this is just what you told me, what you showed me." That doesn't make a person a liar. I'm sorry,
no, that makes
but
you
when
the
you
liar, Ryan.
deliberately, yeah, that makes you a liar. When you deliberately have spread misinformation, told people that it was authentic, and have tried to fabricate screenshots to make it seem screenshots evidence to make it seem like
Legitimate.
it was legitimate. That's not that's not saying, "Oh, you're a liar." That's just you trying to gaslight people into believing that they're in the wrong and you're in the right. That's
Not only that,
gaslighting.
but yeah,
I
it's
fucking hate people that gaslight.
no, and I saw that pattern too. But the thing is, with my issue with Ryan is what he just said just now is like, oh, everybody. But that's funny though because you're the one that started it in the first place. You're the one that opened your mouth saying this shit. You're the one that
Yeah.
put the information out there. Why is everybody a liar and yet you're not? Like that makes
Yeah.
no fucking sense
Yeah,
at all
again,
to me.
then, yeah, exactly, Ben. That's like me saying, "Oh, Ben is in love with Hatsune Miku. He has a Miku doll figure, whatever they are, and the character is clearly like 16-year-old." I would be the one who's the liar, the idiot, and the nonce for actually doing that, not the person who took a look at my video, looked at the, the evidence, again, quote unquote evidence, but that was fabricated to try and prove to it. The person who believed me wouldn't be in the wrong. It would be me who would be in the wrong. And again, Ben doesn't actually. And
No,
again,
I'm
I
not
will
into
say,
that kind
just
of
in
stuff. Let
case,
me make that
Ben
clear. I'm
isn't
not into
into
that.
Hatsune Miku.
No,
Ben isn't.
I can
Ben
talk for
isn't into.
myself.
Shush,
Hold
Ben.
on.
Shush, Ben. Shush. Ben isn't into Hatsune Miku. I was just watching a video on the man who married Hatsune Miku and the kind of weird implications that guy has gone through to try and be with the meat. Again, it's such a complicated thing, but
Yeah,
you know
let's
what
not
I
dove
mean.
yeah, I know what you mean. Let's not dove into that can of worms. But I agree with
Yep.
NASCAR Man 101 because according to Ryan, it's rule for thee, not for me. That's what it's and that is exactly what it
Yeah,
sounds
rule
like
for
to
thee,
Ryan.
not for me.
Let's
But
continue
let's do
on.
continue.
Responsible for your actions. Nobody else is responsible for your actions.
Thank you.
Moving on from my feelings, which I'll reiterate
Facts.
on in a later segment, we'll now move on to March/May of 2022. As early as March 2022, the series TCAF continued. The first was the initial covering of the situation with Brandon the Brony Pony. With the second Brandon video being an update when Brandon announced he would be departing from YouTube and cancelling his YouTube series, Brony Meets Equestria. Crispy then made a TCAF episode on 3 locales, one on Sunburn MLP, and one on Prince Slayer. These videos lasted until the last TCAF video in May, though during this time in April, specifically April the 9th, Ryan put out this statement on his now private Twitter account. Inside this, he detailed his grievances with the My Little Pony community, specifically mentioning that conventions should be boycotted until they only focus on uplifting newer creators in the community. When this got backlash, Ryan posted a video onto his YouTube channel on April the 10th, 2022, where he stated he was leaving the My Little Pony community. After which, I made my own statement on April the 18th, 2022, where I was actually very nice to him and gave my view on things. Whilst my archive unfortunately apparently does not contain part 2 of this thought thread, although just as a side note, it was found, so I'll plop that in as well. I'm just reading off of the script, I figured I'd just, You can see that I was very respectful and nice compared to what I was like back then with other people, such as Dark Hero Brian 99. Once this had gone down, you would have thought that Ryan would have straight up not come back to the fandom, right? However, not only did he continue interacting with the fandom, he also, to this day, posts or at least posted about meeting various voice actors who participated in the show's cast, and going...
I find that very contradicting for what was just said, that Ryan claimed that he was leaving the fandom, but yet why the fuck is he in these conventions interacting with the actors and actresses of the show? That doesn't make any fucking sense at all to me.
Yeah, again, if you're not in the fandom, you wouldn't be interested in the voice actors, the voice actresses. You wouldn't be friends with Bronies, because I know you're friends with Elmoni, Ryan. Yeah, you were friends with that nutcase. You're friends with that nutcase. And I know that you have, again, we know you're here. We know what you've been doing, Ryan. So, don't pull that bullshit. But do continue.
I'm just saying, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I
mean, but do continue.
Conventions to meet them, like with Rebecca Shoyet, as recently as a few months ago. Back to TCAF. Crispy made his last video on the individual known as Tootsie Forever. In their own words, someone had reached out to them and made some claims against the individual.
Turns out, he has convinced that same YouTuber to share another fake pedophile story.
Crispy, in haste, made their video, and then the person known as Little Shy FIM stepped in, responded in kind, and debunked what was said on the TCAF episode. As far as I have searched about this TCAF episode, this episode was the one that has not been recovered yet. However, it's important to note again that this was the absolute final TCAF episode, because after this, Crispy made a follow-up video apologizing and taking accountability for their actions in regard to the mishandling and lack of proper research into the Tootsie Forever situation. Okay, so this is just an addendum to this part. Actually, as of the recording of this, before we move on, want to say that I reached out to Tootsie and Brandon separately. I reached out to Tootsie via Twitter, and I reached out to Brandon through multiple places, or at least tried to. I reached out to him via email, tried to with DeviantArt, tried to on YouTube on both my accounts. On YouTube, because I have actually I have 3. I have Cosmic Time Dead, I have Cosmic Time, and then I have obviously B-Time CD Drop, that channel. So I reached out to him via 2 of those 3 accounts, and I assume I'm hidden on there, but Tootsie gave a response. Brandon did not. So, Brandon, this is just my message to you. If you see this, I'm open to having a conversation with you on your channel or my channel so that we can discuss 2022 if you're up for it. If not, that's fine. But I figure I'd slip this in just as a addendum, because my original script was written before Tootsie had reached out. So now that things have changed, I'm slipping it in. Anyways, continuing on with the video. Back to Crispy. After their apology video was issued to Tootsie, a new character decided that he wanted to enter the scenario. Enter Blocko Bob. Blocko Bob decided to make a series of consisting of tweets and videos starting on May the 9th, 2022. Having joined Twitter during the first 8 days or so prior to May the 9th, 2022, alongside DMing Crispy directly and even commenting under Little Shy's video about how Crispy was untrustworthy. On Twitter, he was posting about being Crispy's area. In Twitter DMs, he was directly messaging Crispy asking for an interview. On YouTube, he made a video that looked as if he was driving through Crispy's own area. After this, Crispy decided to leave the area he was in to avoid confronting Blocko Bob, who, as far as Crispy knew, was upset because Crispy had gotten the Tootsie Forever situation wrong and could have potentially have harmed him. However, after Crispy DM'd Bob because of a tweet that Bob had made, Blocko Bob uploaded a video during the same day entitled Crispy Fails the Test, which aired on May the 12th, 2022. In this video, Bob revealed that the short form video he had made on Crispy was a forged video. When he mentions the driving video, he points out the Christmas lights being hung up on one of the houses that the person recording the video drove past. At the end of the video, Blocko then says that things must change, otherwise history will repeat itself.
Things must change or else history will repeat itself.
Which is ironically what ended up happening when Blocko Bob decided to accuse Crispy of being a pedophile.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This accusation happening to surface on May the 17th, 2022, when Blocko Bob released the video entitled Crispy is a Philly Fiddler Exposed. In this video, several things are thrown at Crispy. One of the things Blocko included was a screenshot of Crispy, in quotes, admitting to have dated a minor.
Crispy admitted he was wrong for dating an underage kid.
The other thing Blocko Bob included was a video where Crispy and a minor who, at the time, was called Aaron D, looking on the site Derpy Boru and Blocko blurring the results of the search Izzy Moon Butt, where Blocko accused Crispy of showing pornography to a minor.
But it gets much worse. Because in Crispy's recent video, he is looking at My Little Pony pornography with Aaron, the 15-year-old kid.
Oh, hi, friend.
Hello, friend.
Oh, what are you doing?
We've got a terrible website on my screen.
Aaron! Aaron!
Yeah!
I thought you were about to type Izzy Moon Butt, which is probably a tag in itself. Oh my god, it is.
You cannot show any of that.
No.
Crispy, you are a disgusting piece of shit. You have no right to call people Philly fiddlers when you are the one looking at porn with a 15-year-old kid.
Alongside this, he then also started uploading half-a-minute long videos all the way through until his final video. That video of which we will specifically talk about in the next section. But I want to point out that these videos are very out of context. Since Blocko's original claims came from his video that I have already touched upon, we'll go through the two claims from that video together. Both claims of which being in my video that I released on May the 20th, 2022, entitled The Belligerence of Blocko Bob, which is currently, as of July 16th, 2026, re-uploaded as its own standalone video on my channel. Claim number 1 was that Crispy admitted to dating a minor.
Crispy admitted he was wrong for dating an underage kid.
If you look at the screenshot, it says that there is a total of 1 likes, plural. If only one person likes something, then it is not plural, thus proving this screenshot as fake. The second claim was that Crispy showed porn to a minor.
But it gets much worse. Because in Crispy's recent video, he is looking at My Little Pony pornography with Aaron, the 15-year-old kid.
Oh, hi, friend.
Hello, friend.
Oh, what are you doing?
We've got a terrible website on my screen.
Aaron! Aaron!
Yeah!
I thought you were about to type Izzy Moon Butt, which is probably a tag in itself. Oh my god, it is.
You cannot show any of that.
No.
Crispy, you are a disgusting piece of shit. You have no right to call people Philly fiddlers when you are the one looking at porn with a 15-year-old kid.
As we saw before, Blocko hid and censored the search in his video where he claims this. However, looking at the uncensored version shows that no genitalia or sexual material was shown to this minor. In fact, when the video was made, you can see Crispy watching Aaron's stream, meaning that Aaron was the one who put in the fucking search. However, upon seeing the clip in its unedited version, you can see that not only there was no NSFW or popcornographic content to be found, but that the miner was the one streaming to Crispy, not the other way around. Ryan on Wi-Fi, as well as Blocko in his own video, said the art that was supposedly shown by Crispy, or rather the miner known as Aaron B, who was the one streaming their searches to Crispy, meaning they got their facts wrong for starters, was according to them NSFW material. In Ryan's video, Ryan decided to add black bars where genitalia was supposedly visible. This tactic that Ryan used was supposed to be to make the viewer believe him, and it worked. Here is the actual screenshot of the actual searches. As you can see, nothing was NSFW material at all, which means that no penises, no vaginas, etc. were shown to this miner. Sorry to be so vulgar when—
Sorry to pause that video, but that really makes you like let's sink in with that
I will
information
say, okay, the first thing I will say is on Derpy Baru, depending on your age, it is advised that you do not switch there is a certain button where it allows you to see everything. Uncensored, that was showing nothing that was
NSFW.
no. Yeah, there's, as you can see, one blurred, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Yes, like Crispy was on the other person's stream, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Can you see how the lies were rather manipulated to just make Crispy look bad?
Exactly.
But again, with Derpy Baru, I want to say this because I do have a Derpy Baru account. Why would you specifically, if you knew nothing about the Brony fandom and you had, certain problems with the Brony fandom, why would you know something so intimate about Derpy Baru? Because Derpy Baru, outside, if you know anything about the Brony fandom, you know that Derpy Baru is an image search site and has had quite a few problems in the past in regards to the NSFU and certain characters. They have had a lot of problems with this. But if you weren't interested in the Brony fandom and you had left, or you were Blocko and you knew nothing about that, because again, Blocko doesn't seem to understand about it. When it's, it's being presented as not safe for work, but it clearly is safe for work. How would you know that? Because as far as I can see, Blocko didn't have any connection with the My Little Pony fandom.
No, they
I didn't know how Derpy Baru worked, but they knew apparently Derpy Baru had not safe for work. Very little research was put into it. A lot of lies were being told, but again, what I know now, I'm just gonna say I rolled my eyes so hard that they dripped out onto the floor with this.
Yep. So
Again,
let's get to
massive
it. Yep. Let's get to it.
when directly addressing that, but for it to count as NSFW material, the contents must show graphic violence, pornography, nudity, slurs, or any potential disturbing content. It's also important to note for later, but Ryan on Wi-Fi also essentially forged evidence. How will I prove this? Well, in the next part. Just please bear with me with the other stuff as well, since I know this is all probably confusion-inducing. Starting off the month of June, you can see that an impersonation attempt was made by Blocko Bob on June the 5th, 2022. In the tweet on screen, you can see that I had clocked this in the moment. Moving on from this, on June the 11th, 2022, A supporter slash friend of the person I mentioned at the very beginning of this video decided they wished to insert themselves into the situation. This person was named Goddess Anubis, and we had previously come to blows
Oh,
before.
this individual.
Oh, Ben, can you just pause
You can
this?
see that he was spreading misinformation amongst his peers when he saw the
Can you just pause
situation.
this?
To corroborate.
Go ahead.
Goddess Anubis, bear in mind, anybody who actually comes across Goddess Anubis, just know that they are a liar. They have used their father's law firm to try and get people to be silenced. And when we explained to them that their father's law firm had no control, that they couldn't use their father against anyone because their father could get in trouble, but also the father's law firm only dealt with, what was it again, Ben?
Employment.
They
It's
didn't.
an employment lawyer, not a district attorney, from what we gathered in that information.
Yes.
That their father is only an employment lawyer only, not a district attorney.
So if you do happen to come across Goddess Anubis and they say that their father can get you in trouble, no, they can't. Their father is only dealing with employment. They are not a general lawyer.
No, they
And also cannot practice the law outside of California.
Nope.
So just so you know, that that's what it's about. She's not a very clever person. She's very stupid.
No, they're idiotic.
She's very stupid.
That's what they are. They're fucking stupid. That's what they are. So,
Oh, and Ben, do you remember when she said that she knew all forms of karate, and then?
Oh yeah, she knows all forms of karate. She knows forms of black magic. That she threatened to curse me, which I'm like, yeah, I'm protected.
There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that Goddess Anubis likes to pull, but when disproven, she does not know what to do and is discombobulated.
Yeah.
She's no threat to anyone. She's no threat.
Yeah, just point and
But
laugh
do
at her
continue, Ben.
stupidity.
Do continue, Ben.
It's loading. Just give it a second.
Blocko's claimed
there it goes.
As well, moving slightly backward to June the 5th, 2022, Ryan on Wi-Fi uploaded the video entitled Crispy the Brony is a Philly Fiddler, which Blocko thanked him for in a sort of response video, as you can see. Now, unfortunately, an exact tweet or archive of Ryan's video on June the 5th does not exist. However, going off of how everything plays out, I'm inclined to believe that these two were the same person. Stick with me until later on when we get to that in 2023, I promise, just bear with me. After this, on June the 14th, 2022, a separate new person supposedly involved in the ChrispyTube situation appeared, their name being Anna Hartley. They created their channel on this date and then 4 days later released a video entitled Crispy at ChrispyTube threatens to assault me after I confront him about 15-year-old Aaron D. on the 18th of June 2022. In this video, this person shows what looks to be, at first, legitimate evidence against Crispy, and trust me, I had a hard time trying to debunk this, so much so that it took me until the end of November 2022 to do so. To save you time, I'll touch on these DMs and how they're fake. Though, I also want to point out that Blocko Bob had also made a second impersonation attempt. I caught him at the very end of this supposed impersonation attempt, which I speculate to have happened on June the 15th, 2022. During this time, after all of these claims, Crispy had also left Twitter and YouTube due to the mental toll this was having on him, deleting his old YouTube channel, as you can see from when I asked him about this during the making of this video script. Back to Anna, and debunking these conversations. As you can see, Crispy, in quotes, was at the time private. Yet, when this person went into these DMs, Crispy's account was not actually private. I decided all the way back in November 2022 to test my own theory. My theory being that the lock would appear in my own messages if I initiated a conversation with myself on my private Twitter account at the time, which has since been deleted by me. When I went to test this theory, I was proven correct, which leads me to believe, in terms of the impersonation attempts and conversation magically appearing just a few days after I had caught Blocko Bob doing this, that Blocko had forged the conversation. There is more related to Blocko Bob coming up, however, I also want to show that Blocko's name changed 3 times. I want you to hold this part in your mind as well, since there's something here that I previously wasn't aware or able to get access to until Twitter updated in November 2025. So please keep all of this in your mind for when I touch on events that I found out about in August of
As Cosmic said,
2023.
take valid of
I'll
what is
remind you
being
when I
said
get
and what
there,
is
don't
shown
worry,
in the
just hold it in the
screenshot
back of your mind.
class.
Moving on to June 23rd, 2022, this is where I first ran into my biggest stalker known as Scene Kim, though his many aliases will also be on screen too.
Yep, this is all his Stan Kim's alt accounts on YouTube before they were taken down.
Scene Kim is someone who makes videos heavily breathing, looking over information he receives, and talking out of his anal cavity. Hello everyone. It has come to my attention that Spanish Giovanni, the evil devil himself, has been accusing Scene Kim of doxing. It is very strange to me because Scene is a calm. Prove to me that I've got hackers, little man. Prove it.
Oh, yes, yes.
I remember this too. Oh, listen to this was fun.
Unfortunately, I wasn't in that call, but when I listened to it, I was dying of laughter.
I might actually attack you physically. I was like, you know.
Oh god.
Sleep that last night and planning on how I'm going to kill this guy.
And someone who has not harassed anyone at all.
Polka dot afro.
I have no idea why Scene Kim would be accused of these actions. I have also heard that he has defended pedophiles, which is completely untrue. Oh my god, it's a yes or no question, Dark. Oh my god. Just say yes or no. It's that simple.
You know what? Yes, I fucking know Cody's age.
That will never cease to not make me laugh.
I just wasted 5 hours of my life.
If you want to support Kim and build his defense fund from the evil Spanish Giovanni from the French version of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, you can do so by going to this Ko-fi link. All proceeds will go toward transitioning you all into dirt piles so that he can build a dirt shack to reside in until Spanish Giovanni rests. Furthermore, if you pledge to the highest tier of this coffee, you can get Kim some coal to warm up his jail cell when he gets
I'll be
arrested
right
for
back, class. The
doxing.
video is still gonna
Thank
keep going,
you.
but
In
Flutterio,
his
let me
infinite
know when to pause the
wisdom,
video.
He decided to tag me in
Okay.
over 40 videos.
Yeah, there is that many
In the
videos.
background for this 2022 situation up until November, even though I do mention him here. However, I, just like Blocko Bob, just like Anna, just like Ryan, would like you to keep his existence in mind for what I will be discussing in the year of 2023. I promise, I know it's a lot of people to keep in track of, just write them down, it'll all make sense. Passing by June and July, we now reach August the 28th, 2022, where Crispy finally returns to YouTube, as well as Twitter, and addresses Ryan and Blocko's claims. In this video, he covers what I covered earlier about the Derpy Boru search. Alongside this, he also touches on him leaving and needing to take a break during the initial spark of the allegations, as well as recapping what happened leading up to the situation with Blocko Bob. In response to this, in what I estimate to be a video released in middle September, so like the 5th to the 15th of September, Ryan on Wi-Fi then made a secondary video. Unlike his first on Crispy, this one unfortunately does not have a name from what I can find, since this video was taken down before anyone apparently got the opportunity to archive it. In response to that video, Crispy created a video on the 21st of September 2022 entitled Ryan on Wi-Fi Sweet Little Lies, which goes through Ryan's claims in the second video. Ryan's first claim was that Crispy had shown yet another NSFW image, and just to save time, the second new claim was the same as the first. The images were actually the safe for work versions, since Ryan sat there and tried to censor parts of the images that didn't make sense if the images were actually NSFW and were the versions that were shown to the minor.
It's no different to sending nudes to a kid and then saying it was a joke, because there was pornography involved, and I'll talk about it later in the video.
Okay, so this image, as well as one more image, is the big bombshell that Ryan spends the next several minutes hyping up. But I'm just going to spoil this specific image he brings up in this little preview. This is an art piece made by somebody under the name of Redwigs. It depicts
Can you just pause that then, please?
No, I'm going to pause that
JRPG
because
manner
I'm going to ask this
magic
question.
Shit.
How the fuck is that NSFW? How?
I want to point something out, Ben, that it was me who found, when we were talking about this at the time, it was me who turned around and said, that image, the one that was censored, was not actually a not safe for work image.
No, it's just somebody.
It was suggestive.
Yeah, it was.
It was suggestive, but it wasn't not safe for work. And I was the one who actually, considering that both Blocko and Ryan had a problem with Derpy Boru, Blocko had a problem with Derpy Boru, but that exists on Derpy Boru, and it was snatched away on Derpy Boru.
Exactly.
Just saying that image was snatched from Derpy Boru.
But it really makes you think, doesn't it, class? Really.
So why would somebody like Ryan and Blocko, who have such, who from my understanding were going, oh, not safe for work, bad. Why did you suddenly grab an image off of Derpy Boru, a site that you both seem to condemn, and go, oh, look, it's not safe for work, when it was highly edited?
Yeah, and again, I'm going to ask one more
time. And that image, I also want to say something about the image as well. It was me who went and said, yeah, that image is on Derpy Boru, because again, I post images of my OC on Derpy Boru, and said, hey, that's not safe for work, that's just classed as suggestive on the site. And I pulled that from the site and plopped it down for everybody to see, and went, don't know why they're doing that, because that ain't not safe for work. Suggestive, yes. Not safe for work, no.
Yeah, exactly.
It was me who debunked that.
Yeah, so it was.
It was me who at the time had said. It was me at the time. Sorry, Cosmic and me at the time went, nah, that's safe for work. That ain't not safe for work.
And even during the time, because I was a little bit involved in this situation, and I saw the screenshot, I'm like, that's not NSFW. You could tell dead giveaway is NSFW. Yes, as Flutterio suggested, it said it was suggestive, but it's not NSFW. Because we all know NSFW could interpret a lot of things that mean pornography, gore, and violent, gore and porn and shit. That's not NSFW. I just want to point that out right then and there. It is fucking not. It's suggestive, yes, but it's not NSFW territory. So I don't know why the fuck Ryan would assume that. but
why would
mostly,
Ryan exactly? That's what I mean, Ben. It's like, why would you go, oh, it's just why would you kind of do that?
yeah.
Also, I like Excalibur's what they said. Imagine being an unemployed person like Shen Kim tagging never could be any of us. Yeah. yeah.
Exactly.
I
I
know.
can see that. I don't know why the comments not being shown Excalibur. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why.
It's not me. I just went to check out the. I just went to check out the comments, but no. But basically, the like again, images like that, like in the pony community, are very common. Just pointing this out, they're very common. But Ryan isn't. But Ryan and Blocker, as far as I was, again, I'll use this interchangeably because I'm not going to say why I use both their names, but it's not safe for work. To people, to a person who's not in the fandom. But anyway, like I said, let's continue.
Yeah, let's continue. Just let me know if I need to pause the video.
Okay.
Compromising of a tank top, a corset, and tattered cape-esque dress, as well as like a sword on her back. And I want you to just look. Every time Ryan shows this image, you can see the shadows of the corset and the tattered dress, kilt thingy. And on the left of this image is the NSFW rendition, which I have censored. You're welcome. There's no shadows, there's no dress cascading down her thighs, nor is there even a sword on her lower back. All she has are gloves, leggings, and like a dagger sheath on her thigh. So basically all the things that Ryan shows in his like little preview, blurred preview, are from the Safer Work image. Like seriously, you can see every element of the Safer Work rendition behind the blur.
See, even Crispy even pointed this
in
out that you could totally tell the difference.
Page, which we'll get into in the second
Yeah.
page,
Could you just pause that again, Ben, just for a second?
This
There are sometimes images, again, because I put on generally when it comes to Derpy Brew, again, there is a safe and not safe, like,
there is.
Sorry, Ben, can you just pause it?
Sorry, I had to like remove this segment because I don't want to see that, you know. Oh yeah, never mind, it's censored.
Okay.
Do continue.
I just want to say that, again, this person would, again, this Brian, even though he's left the fandom, still has intimate knowledge of Derpy Brew. If you were in the fandom, you would know that if you left the fandom, why would you be looking at Derpy Brew? And what I will say is, on Derpy Brew, there is an option to view safe for work only and not safe for work only. So there will be a safe for work image if you go into the safe one, or the one where it shows everything, you will see the not safe for work version. And if Ryan had such a big problem with this and people viewing it, why are you looking into that, Ryan? Just so you know, why are you looking into that?
Yeah, that is a good
Why are you looking into that?
That's something to think
because
about.
a lot of these, they're censoring that image. When they're censoring those images, when Ryan censored the image of Twilight with the dress and the corset and everything on, no, that was not safe for work. But he must have known that there was a not safe work image of that. I'm sorry, Ryan. Is somebody looking at clockwork?
Exactly. And I want to point something out that Excalibur just
somebody
addressed
looking-
it. Hold on, because I agree with what Excalibur saying. Basically, you have to go out of your way to do so, which I agree with Excalibur, because Excalibur makes a valid point, Flutterio, and what you just stated makes total sense, correct?
Yep, you would have had to have specifically looked for that image. You would have to have specifically done that. Like, again, as you can see, like with Emil Fox's image, there's a safe for work and there's a not safe for work. You would have to have gone on Derpy Burrow, if the images were from Derpy Burrow, to find those specific images.
Exactly.
This is a bit more than just, oh, I found the image and I censored it. If it was like, again, I don't believe for a fact that Ryan wasn't on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't for a second believe that Ryan at the time leaving the fandom was not on there. Oh, the fake leaving the fandom.
Yeah.
I believe that Ryan was on there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, because if you only sparingly know the fandom, you won't specifically look at Derpy Brew. Most people of intimate knowledge of the fandom will go to Derpy Brew because they know that's an image site, specifically for pony stuff. It's just very strange, if you know what I mean.
No, I know
But
what you mean.
was Excalibur? But what did Excalibur say?
Saying basically you have to go out of your way to do it, which that's basically.
Oh, sorry, I asked that question. Me being stupid. People. Sorry.
Rio, no,
yeah.
You're not being stupid. Don't say that. You're not dumb. No, don't say that. No, you're not.
I'm as dumb as a barrel of rocks, but you know what I mean. But yeah, you would have to specifically do that. You would have to specifically do this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's continue.
SFW rendition, but there's a number of things with what Ryan has done here that just blatantly exposes his deceit. First, if we truly didn't have the filter applied like you've claimed, why didn't the other version appear directly next to it in the search results? Because if you search and find that page with no filter enabled, where everything is, shown, both versions appear right next to each other. Because they were uploaded at the exact same fucking time. Derpy Brew result pages work in a chronological upload order by default. In this clip that Ryan is showing, it's the safe for work version. You know how I know it's a safe for work version? Because Ryan censored the wrong fucking area on this horse cat's lower half. Look, in the NSFW version, right, the genitalia is located right between the glutes. What Ryan is showing, and obviously made himself, has the censor bar up there, where a cock would be? Oops! Bad mistake there, Ryan.
In response to the debunking from Crispy in this video, things go quiet until the middle of October in regard to the situation. This is where things get slightly muddled, and I'm having to piece together what has happened using both my tweets and a tweet Crispy made, since this next video wasn't archived either apparently. So, when Ryan made a third video, yes, you heard me right, a third video, I commented under it. I assume this video was released 2 days before the next one I will talk about. The comment I made was one where I was making fun of the way he was saying things, and pointing out that he was a liar. In response to this video, Crispy also made a response to the video, where he said something that I want you to keep in your head. Like with the Blocker Bob thing I mentioned before in June. After my comment and Crispy's tweet response, Ryan then took that video down and then uploaded his video that I will entitle Ryan has a small fucking pp at gmail.co.uk.
Oh god, Cosmic, why?
That he was paid over the last 9 months to conduct a series of trolling videos regarding the My Little Pony community.
Ryan on Wi-Fi here. I am an aspiring actor, voice actor, and comedian who's been paid over the past 9
You're
months
no
on
fucking
behalf of
comedian.
my
Shut
client
the
to
fuck
conduct
up.
a
No, you're
series
not.
of trolling videos regarding the
Voice actor. I've never heard him voice act.
He also said that there's no drama between him and Crispy, which I'm sorry, it's just factually untrue. If I could go on a tangent here.
I feel I had to make this video as well because this Crispy guy seems to think there is like drama between us or something just because someone paid me to...
No, Crispy. No, Crispy. Crispy had legitimate problems with you, Ryan.
Go ahead and say what you need to say. I'm pausing the video.
Ryan, there was drama. Crispy had legitimate problems with you. They had problems with your videos. They had problems with how you conducted yourself. There were problems. Don't deny that there wasn't. Again, this is why when I watched Ryan's video, I said to everyone, he can shut up. I was like, this guy can go shut up and boil their head in acid. Go ahead, but go ahead.
Why do you think I have issues with Ryan in the first place? Is because of this kind of bullshit, you know? You, Cosmic, and everybody else who knew me could tell, like, if I could tell somebody is off, I will say to their face, I don't fucking like you.
Yeah.
I don't trust you.
I think I remember specifically on that day saying, why is he saying he has no drama with Crispy? I remember specifically saying that. I'm like, yes, Crispy has issues with you.
Up false allegations you'd made. In my tweets, you can see that I kept both on top of you with the stream reactions I had and supporting my friend. You, as I also stated way back in the first part, waited until this point to try and disprove any allegations and admit that you were lying. You claimed to not know that people would take claims like the ones you threw at Brandon and Crispy seriously, which is just factually untrue.
Not knowing that people would take it so seriously, since nobody knew the story was fake, I was welcomed into this online community for doing what they thought was a good deed. Meanwhile, the person we all lied about was clearly incapable of defending themselves. Believe it or not, the crying actually made our story appear more genuine because YouTubers once again started stirring the pot. Obviously, I was the only person who knew the story was fake, thereby I was the only person who could prove this story to be false, but I did not.
Hold on a minute. If that is the case, then why the fuck did you make that video in the first place, Ryan? You're the one that started that whole shit from the beginning. Think about this for a second, class. Think about that for a minute.
I also want to say something. I want to say something. As of 2022, Ryan, you are still friends with Bronies. You are still... I also want to say something. Ryan, why were you paying Brandon? If you were trolling people, why were you paying money to Brandon? Why were you supporting him?
Really?
On Patreon. I think it was Patreon. Patreon. Why were you supporting him with money? Why are you still in the pony community? Why are you going to these voice actors? Again, why are you friends with Liam Keel, aka L Money? You were friends with a person as well that was making pregnancy odds of somebody's, of his OC and other people's OC. And bear in mind, he tried to do that with my OC, and I'm like, just ignore him. No, go away. Everybody knows what Liam. Everybody knows what Liam did, Ryan. So you can't defend that.
No, you can't.
Don't try.
Nasty.
Don't
That's
try.
Nasty shit. That's nasty shit.
Yeah, don't be friends with shitty people. But then again, with the person we're talking about, they're a real shit house of a person. But do continue.
Just let me know when to pause the video.
Okay.
Not want to confess just yet.
Which is just factually untrue. If we take into account that you were covering Herobrine, the person I was dealing with in November/December of 2021, mind you, and keep that in your head as well, please, I beg people, just write it all down, and showing that Herobrine had sent pornographic images to a minor that they knew the age of. Even when you tried to disprove the messages were fake, you didn't disprove the snowball microphone that you showed him allegedly having sent to this minor until I came down on you on November the 29th, 2022. Which you then took an extra half a month to then address. You didn't come clean in this video completely either, because you refused to, in this video, say that the Crispy allegations you and Blocker Bob, or rather, thanks to further information that I have pieced together thanks to all of this in 2026, should I say just you, made were false. Instead, you decided to sit here and act like Crispy had a one-sided beef with you. I also pose this question to you. If you were never in the community, how come, to this day mind you, you are still attending conventions despite having a problem with them, meeting people in the community you allegedly were not part of? It doesn't make sense. Though asking you to make any form of sense is like asking Sean Kim to tell the truth, which is just...
Can you just pause that again, please, Ben?
Go ahead.
I'm
Say what you
also
have to say.
I'm also going to point out that he's also editing for Bronies. He edits for L Money, who is a Brony. Well done, Ryan. You're not in the community, but you'll edit for Bronies. You'll go to Brony conventions, etc. So, not in the pony fandom, guys. Not in the pony fandom. Knows about Derpy Brew, but it's not in the fandom, guys. Not in the fandom.
So,
Yum yum.
Again, yeah. So again,
I'm being fed.
Go ahead. Say what you need to say.
Yeah, like I said, not in the Brony community, but edits for a Brony, goes to Brony conventions, has drawn Brony artwork, continues to show signs that you are in the Brony community. Well done. Well done, you're so smart anyway, but do continue, Ben,
It's Ryan.
because...
Hang on. I believe this is Ender. Ryan. We're talking about Ryan, Ender. That's you, Ryan, in this Kuro-chan.
Ryan on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We're talking about Ryan on Wi-Fi. To this day, is still interacting with the Brony community. We're still friends with people in the Brony community. We're still editing for a Brony. Wow. After community.
I hope that answers your question from your previous comment in the chats, Ender. That gives you a little context of what we're talking about and why we find it a bit hypocritical of Ryan saying that he's leaving the Brony fandom, but yet he's attending conventions, he's editing for Bronies, he's associating with them and all that shit. Like, but let's continue on. But again, if you need me to pause this video for the video, just say, Ben, pause the video.
Okay.
Ender's asking who's he editing to.
Goodness me. Moving on.
Ben, can you pause this, please? He currently has been making assets and things for a person known as L Money, and also known as Liam Keel. Also known as MLP, the god of MLP. An absolute nutcase, just by the way.
Yeah, I hope that clears it up. But let's continue on.
Fortunately, actually does not end here. Blocko Bob released an apology video entitled Apology to Brandon the Brony Pony and Crispy on October the 17th, 2020.
God, his face makes you just want to punch it.
Apologize to Brandon.
I'm 25 and I live in St. Louis, Missouri.
He also released this apology, as you can see on screen.
Can we just pause? Ben, can you just pause there?
I'm trying to. My mouse is not cooperating for a second. There it goes. But go ahead. Address what you need to address, because that's something that's been puttering in my mind. But go on. Take the floor.
Okay, so Blocko apparently lives in St. Louis, Missouri. Why the fuck then do you live in... Why does it say you fucking live in Canada, you piece of garbage? Hey, Ben, I never knew that St. Louis, Missouri was in fucking Canada. Apparently, St. Louis, Missouri is in Canada now.
But here's
again,
the thing, though. But hold on.
Again, Ben, I'm like... look, if you take a good look at where Blocko lives, where his, just
No,
take
I
a little
know.
look at there.
I know what you're going at because yeah, as you all saw in the screenshots earlier that Cosmic showed in the video about the about information of the Blocko Bob account, it says that Blocko Bob resides in
The
Canada, but yet he
account.
said
No, Ben. No. Blocko says he's from St. Louis, Missouri. But if you go back, his account is from Canada. But yet, when you look on there, think about this, Ben. Look closely at where their Twitter account was made.
the same like
They're from
around that time frame.
So think about this, guys. They're from St. Louis, Missouri, but yet they state in their YouTube that they're from Canada, but they're but their Twitter is clearly from the United Kingdom. One of these things just doesn't belong here. If you catch my drift.
Oh no, I get what you're saying, but you all could see the patterns though, right? Now you all understanding the patterns now. How, wait a minute, that makes no fucking sense, XYZ. But let's just continue on, but I believe that the tea gets more interesting in this video, so let's continue on. And just again, let me know when to pause the video.
I'm just saying, Ben. I'm just saying, like, they're their freaking timeline of they don't know their geography. I'm just saying, it's as funny as Shen Kim's Egypt and freaking Greece.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's continue.
Do continue. Yeah.
And again, class, I apologize if it takes like a second or two for the video to load. Again, my OBS is having a difficulty of capturing the speed of my CPU, so I apologize again for the inconvenience. Oh, here we go.
Because of me. And it's because of the power that I have. That I can hack anybody's channel whenever I want.
Where he said that the reason these events happened was because Blocko was black, and he was angry /
Wow,
upset about
they've
Brandon's
changed their
racism.
skin color too.
I'm so sorry. Give me a sec. Does this skinny, fucking malnourished, skeleton-looking ass, soy milk drinking ignoramus look black? Nuh-uh.
No. So, like, there's you could all tell that there's lies happening right now, right?
He's white. He's as white as my walls. Anyway. About half a month later, the channel Ryan's Desmond Heinrich is created. I know I've said this multiple times. Keep this in your mind. I'm begging. On the 5th of November 2022. Nothing happens from then until November the 24th, 2022, when Brandon the Brony Pony decided to say on DeviantArt that he was going to be working with Ryan on Wi-Fi in order to show the world that Crispy was a pedophile. Whether he was actually working with Brandon / had made amends can be solved by actually looking into the far future, where, as of January the 5th, 2026, Ryan on Wi-Fi commissioned Brandon to perform a cover of a Danny Phantom song, which I'm not playing here. That can stay away from me if you want to see that video. Go over to the fucking channel that Brandon
real
runs.
fun.
Looking back to
So wait a minute. Now I'm a little curious now, because why the fuck are you asking a cover from a person that you accused of pedophilia? Why would you do that? That's my question.
You know what? You know what's funny? Ben.
Go ahead.
Can you you know what's really interesting? It's a Danny Phantom character, isn't it?
Oh yes, that is. Oh,
Are you thinking Andy,
know where
am
you're
I
going with
thinking of?
this.
You tell me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because for what I'm understanding, Ryan was on other fandoms too. Is that correct? Because to my knowledge,
No, stupid. No, stupid. There
then
was a no, Ben. No, Ben. No, you're so far off. You're so far off. You're probably sniffing dog turds.
No, I'm not. I'm just like making sure I'm okay. But do educate my
Yeah,
audience.
Ben. There was, I forget his name, a serial killer, or I believe he was, a serial killer or murderer. I can't remember which one he was.
I know the one you're talking about. I know the serial killer you're talking about. It just clicked in my brain. I know who you're talking about, but please do go on with the story.
Yeah.
Go on.
I forgot what his name. Oh wait, is it the same one I'm thinking of, Ben? Where he was? Oh no, sorry, wasn't he didn't he go and shoot up a school?
Yep.
Was a mass murderer.
Yes.
And he was obsessed with Danny Phantom, particularly Amber.
Yep.
Shout out in the comments. Shout out in the comments if you know who I mean.
Yeah, please let us know.
It is strange. It is strange, guys. It is strange. Isn't it odd that you're suddenly just putting that on to Brandon, a person who you have accused of pedophilia? Yeah, odd, really weird and odd. Let's go into the comments. I'm just going to go into comments section to see if anybody can tell me what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. NASCAR Man 101 says Randy Stair. Yeah, that's
Randy Stair. It's Randy Stair. Yeah. Why would you? Well, like, I'm sorry, but Randy Stair was a weirdo, and Brandon's a weirdo. Why would you have them do something with Amber from Danny Phantom when Randy Stair was absolutely obsessed with it? Do you want to make Brandon look more of a fucking moron than what he is? Real fun.
Yeah, that's real coincidental.
Real fun.
Isn't that a coincidence? Like, it just clicked in my brain. Yeah, because I knew who you were talking about because that serial killer had that obsession with that Danny Phantom character.
Thanks, that's Command Shut Up a Supermarket. Thank you. Thank you. It's funny because Brandon couldn't be, like, to simply put, why, like, again, I have a lot of feelings, I have a lot of ideas, like, why would you, like, Randy Steele was a person very much like Brandon, but you pushed them towards the vigilant Emperor from Danny Phantom.
Yeah, I know. And again, I apologize, class, for that little hiccup I had
don't
just now,
want
but
to
it
put
just
that
clicked in my brain.
together. I don't want to. Sorry, but I don't want to put that together. But I'm like, oh, it's too coincidental. Oh, and bear in mind, Randy Sear and Brandon are very much alike with how they treat characters. Oh, it makes me feel just a bit uncomfortable with that.
Not
but
safe for Toucan. It's not safe for the bird. It's not safe for Bird Boy. But no, again, class, I apologize for my little hiccup just a second ago. But again, when it clicked in my brain, it's like, oh no, that's what I meant to say. Is like, wait a minute, didn't a serial killer who had a fascination of said Danny Phantom character, like, was that similar?
But bear in mind, again, bearing in mind, Ben, both Brandon and Randy Steer both have, like, they both treat fictional characters the same way, and I'm like, oh no.
Dang. Hold on. Let's get back to the video because I apologize. Cosmic will continue on with the video.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
And again, I apologize for the loading takes a while because again, like I said, my
August of 2024.
Oh, there it goes.
We can also see that Ryan on Wi-Fi stated.
I completely forgot about this post that Ryan did.
Post that he respects Brandon, along with expressing the possibility of meeting up with Brandon the Brony Pony at a future convention. Brandon.
Hold on. Before we continue on with this video, like, Flutteria, do you remember that post that Ryan did? Because I remember seeing that a while back, that he was being a kiss ass to Brandon. So
again, Ben, as I've already stated to you, he just wants to suck up to anyone. Way to go, Ryan. You're sucking up. You're trying to suck up to people. The Brony fandom sucking up to a wrong person. Bearing in mind that Brandon, at the moment, has a very harsh eye on him because of the things that he was doing along with Star Giant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Girl, run.
You in danger, girl.
So, in my personal opinion, I do think that Ryan on Wi-Fi and Brandon the Brony Pony were working together at this time on something. Judging from Brandon's words, I believe, given everything up to this point, that he wanted revenge on Crispy. Perhaps he even wanted revenge on me, given how I also covered this situation and was, up to November, still pushing on Ryan and the Brandon the Brony Pony situation that he himself started. Though revenge on me is admittedly less credible, I do believe that he wanted revenge on Crispy. So, after seeing this, I went to seeing Kim and confronted him directly about the possibility of working with Ryan and Blocko Bob, to which he tripped himself up. I want you to also hold this in your mind, like everything else I've asked you to. I wrote this in the script. It sounds just so repetitive. I'm so sorry. It makes me come off as so Just please hold it. Just please hold it in your mind. I'm begging. I promise this all makes sense. Once I got this information, I then put together the video entitled Cosmic Drew and the Crispy Conspiracy, which was released on November the 29th, 2022 and can be accessed from 17th of July 2026 since I re-uploaded it as its own standalone video. In this video, I called out Blocko Bob, seen Kim and Ryan on Wi-Fi about the Brandon the Brony Pony and Crispy situations. In response to this, during that same day, not even a day later mind you, Ryan nuked all his previous videos referring to the Crispy situation off of his damn channel. He also uploaded a video where he claims to have been hacked for over a year. Alongside this, suspiciously, the Ryan Desmond Heinrich account uploaded a video directed at both myself and Crispy, which consisted of words on a screen threatening me and Crispy, saying that the German SS were now watching us. Sorry.
Hey, but can you pause that? Can you pause that?
Because had I spotted this in the
Okay, make it quick because I am gonna resume the entire video until there's some things that need to be addressed. But go ahead. Say what you need to say.
Can I just point something out?
Yes.
The German SS. What, the freaking German SS that were squashed in World War II?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That is so funny. You think that what you think Heimlich, whatever I don't. Again, that picture of the Nazi, like I think it's not Heinrich Himmler. It's definitely one of the Nazis. But like, do you fucking think that anybody's gonna be scared of a dead Nazi?
Cosmic saying, I'm sorry to cut you off, Fluttery, but Cosmic saying, interrupt during part introductions, please, I beg. Alright, Cosmic, alright. We'll continue on with the video. I apologize.
moment. I just simply would not have known what the German SS was. I know my basic World War II history, but girl. Of course, I now know, of course, and I do still want you to remember this account for the stuff I'm going to touch upon for 2023. However, I think it's fitting we move into December and the contents that month contained for these situations and for me personally. Starting off early enters Darky Bood 32. Darky Bood 32 is someone who was watching the situation unfold with the Brand and the Brony Pony and Crispy situations. Upon my newest video, he decided to make his own, which aired on December the 1st, 2022, entitled The Falsehoods of Brand and the Brony Pony, where he lined up the events that happened, and it was a very funny video overall, especially when he called me Crispy's Lord and Savior.
Then we enter Cosme, who was also around during the Brand and the Brony Pony drama, but she was Crispy's Lord and Savior and pretty much debunked Dragon on Wi-Fi's bullshit.
He pointed out pretty much everything I did in my Cosmic Drew video, and all seemed well. Until it was not, because on December the 13th, 2022, Ryan on Wi-Fi then uploaded a video entitled, As Far as It's Been Archived, the Real Full Story of
God,
Brony
I hate the
Pony
Go Animate shit.
allegations, where he then finally responded to the entire situation, though without mentioning myself. In it, Ryan finally shows that the snowball microphone he had accused Brandon of sending was actually his. Ryan also referred to himself as someone named Lith, who the video claims was a troll from the Powerpuff Girls fandom, who had moved over to the My Little Pony community in order to start shenanigans there. Before I go on, I want to point a few things out. Firstly, there seems to be no record of this troll. If they were in fact trolling as the person known as Lith, then surely someone would have recorded or documented this behavior. When I looked on places like DeviantArt and Reddit, I admittedly found nothing. Secondly, Ryan, as I've shown before, has reintegrated himself back into the Brony fandom, meeting individuals such as L Money and going to conventions. So, there are two possible things that could have happened here. One, Ryan did what he always does when he's caught up in his lies and deleted any evidence of his wrongdoings and trolling before anyone could archive it. So, the Powerpuff Girls fandom simply forgot about him. Hello, I'm just adding this in just to, I guess, back up my theory about him never have gone under as Lith. The earliest instance that me and my online chosen mother, shout out to her, her name is Flutterio. I'll put a thing of her Twitter up if you want to follow her, and I'll leave a link down below if you want to follow her. But me and my online mother actually did some digging here, and it turns out that the earliest instance that we can find of Ryan on Wi-Fi is on October the 4th, 2017 on this site that was for a Jeramin 19 memorial. Now, rest in peace to this person. I'm not trying to disrespect them. I'm just using this as proof that he didn't go by the fucking name Lith, because he keeps saying that he was going by the name Lith. And also, if you want some further evidence of this, you can look at these videos on screen right now, where you can see that he did not sit here and call himself Lith. He called himself Ryan on Wi-Fi here, and you can also see that we recovered and found some art on the site PonerPix. Now, PonerPix is a site that archives images of art. As far as I understand, it's like Derpy Borer, which is another image hosting site or image preserving site, I guess, for the fandom. And you can see, and I thought I was going crazy with this, right? I thought I was going crazy because I remembered these back in the day being speed paints, but he's since removed them, and it had been such a long time that I was like, has this actually? I could have sworn, but originally in my original script, and this is why I'm adding this in, I'm so sorry that this is long, you can see that he was doing speed paints under the name Ryan on Wi-Fi, even before my situation, right? Even though my situation still lines up with what I believe, you can see that he had done art of Apple Bloom, one of Marble Pie. There are a few more there. There was a total of 6 images. However, I believe that like 2 of them were very risque, or very suggestive, sorry. And the last one that he made was of Applejack taking her bra off in the Equestria Girls format with the top of her breast. As I'm looking, I hate this. As I'm looking, it's the top of her breast. It's not showing nipple. It's on the top of the They're kind of like two floating beach balls right now. I hate myself. I'm gonna kill myself after this. But like, she's in like a barrel of, I guess, apple juice. She's taken her bra off and gone, who wants apple juice? And on the barrel side, you can see that the last, I'm not gonna, you can look it up if you want. I don't advise you to do so if you're a minor, but the site is called Poner Pigs. And the tag that I put in was artist.or/Ryan on Wi-Fi. And you can see that like in that one, if you choose to go there, let me just open image in new tab. I hate how I'm doing this right now. 2021 26/9. So that would have been the 26th of September 2021. So he was in the pony fandom under the name Ryan on Wi-Fi. He was, and he had been there before he had started doing this whole trolling thing. So that's just debunking his words further. So, thank you to my online chosen mother for sending this to me and having a call with me as of literally a few minutes ago. This was very crazy. And, yeah, I'm gonna stop this now and get back to the other theory that or the other thing I had in mind. Because I don't want to stare at this Applejack image any longer. It's making me uncomfortable, so enjoy the rest of the video. And hold my hand and hold out for me, because this is going to be the wildest take ever. Is going to blow your mind. 2, he lied out of his ass. Like he always does and did. Making up a lie in order to make his inconsistent story sound more believable to his audience. Personally, just for little old me's sake, I choose to believe the second option. But if anyone has knowledge of a person known as Lith who trolled the Powerpuff Girls fandom, please comment below and tell us your experiences. I want to know more if this is legitimate, if there is even a small chance that this is real. Overall, this situation originally, as it came out, was chaotic. There were many twists and turns, and I'm astounded and amazed that I was able to piece it all together here. It's also important to note that Ryan never directly mentioned me in 2022. In his videos, I think he did this personally to allow for what ended up happening. He knew I was on his ass from the Crispy situation onward, and we now know, given the context and timeline, that it was because of me that the trolling plans that he had came to an end, in regards to what he said were aimed at Crispy and Brandon in 2022. But new information I have contradicts what he said, and you know what, we'll touch on it in the last part. I'm not even going to ask you to keep it in your mind. You probably already got it written down. What ended up happening, as proven by the literal flow of time itself, is that people have forgotten about my involvement, since Ryan knew the end result looked like it did. Mentioning me was, okay, admittedly, on his part, a smart move, since it erased me almost entirely. Though, unfortunately for you, Ryan, you can't erase my Twitter archives or me as a whole. So now I need to welcome you to the year 2023. In the second half of this video, I will be going over events that happened in regard to Ryan on Wi-Fi, Scene Kim, Dark Hero Brian 99, Brandon the Brony Pony, Blocker Bob, Crispy, and a few other individuals, as well as give you my theory that I teased all the way back in the beginning introductory section of this video and have been telling you to keep people in your mind for. Let's start off quickly and make this part as fast as possible by actually turning our attention to my past self in 2023. In 2023, I had pieced together a video entitled The Past Events of 2022 and the Present Events of 2023, The Forgotten Perspective, where I detailed my original belief on what happened throughout all of this. Obviously, the context, evidence, and aftermath of this situation has now led me to a different belief. However, in The Forgotten Perspective, a segment I had previously made touched upon something that happened to me in January, through to March. After we see all of it, I will give an addendum to my thoughts overall, because one person inside of this specific early 2023 section actually changed, and I want to make sure that they know exactly what I think of them right now. Take it away, me. Now we move to the events of January 2023. In January of 2023, I ended up having a falling out with Caroline Cat and someone else known as
Oh
Ali.
god,
I
this
speak
rabbit
about these
hole of Caroline.
individuals, Ali during this segment because the sheer amount of accusations against me were disgusting. In January, I ended up stumbling upon a situation where it was unveiled to me that Ali had lied about being preyed upon. She admitted this directly to me and then proceeded to cry and play victim when I called her out on this fact. She then proceeded to screenshot me expressing my feelings about the situation and then started saying things along the lines of I was forcing her to starve herself as one example of what she said about me. Very disgusting, I know. Caroline Cat comes into this as someone who let Ali, who was a minor at the time and to my knowledge becomes 18 this December, hang around with predators such as Herobrine. But instead of taking accountability and ensuring the safety of this child, Caroline decided to twist words and feed twisted narratives to Ali about me and my associates, which further fueled the fire for Ali when I just wanted to speak with her and have a conversation about why she lied about being groomed. All of this, along with all of the events in 2022, began building a narrative backup that I had been vehemently working on demolishing. The narrative that I was the villain, as Herobrine in 2021 had successfully perpetuated about me when he painted me out to be a hacker. The narrative that was dismissed by everyone when Scene brought it up when he said I was a cyberbully in 2022. The narrative that had apparently now been solidified in people's minds when Ali and Caroline started spreading the word that I was attacking them. Two other people that were brought into this situation specifically were Flutterio and Spanish Giovanni. The reason these two individuals were brought into this is because Caroline twisted what Flutterio said, and because Caroline threw Rebel, aka Spanish Giovanni, under the bus in terms of why she did what she did. Flutterio, during the situation that initially kicked off, so it's known exactly what she said, stated that she suggested for Zombie Mohawk to block Ali. Something that Caroline said to Ali was Flutterio
We don't need to
demanding
discuss
that people
this
block
because we
Ali.
already know about the whole Caroline
way
Cat
Yeah.
situation.
Mm-mm.
So there's no need to debunk that, but again, like from what I was told, this is basically just a recap segment, so
Let's continue.
yeah, we're gonna continue, yeah.
Under the bus is by saying that Rebel also didn't do anything to try and prevent Ali from befriending predators, something I can vouch for is completely false due to myself being on call with Rebel and Ali when we both told her she shouldn't be doing what she was doing. Rebel also wasn't in group chats allowing Ali to have direct contact with predators like you were, Caroline. As for my thoughts on Ali, I genuinely think that what she did to me was despicable. To turn around and throw so many accusations against me, and then go as far as to try and get someone to send me a virus? That's completely deranged. Ali, I tried helping you, I gave you advice in terms of not speaking with predators, and you bragged about Herobrine preying on you in 2022. Before I continue, Ali is a different minor compared to the one that I mentioned that Herobrine sent NSFW popcornographic content to, so they're different. Ali, you told me and my associates that you wished to be treated like an adult, and that you were mature, so I treated you like I would treat an adult. You didn't like that and you went after myself and the very people who stuck up for you in terms of the RTI situation, where he used your channel to boost his drama between myself and him. Instead of at least talking to me like an actual human being, to this day, you have sat here and disgraced yourself. I am sickened, disgusted, and I sincerely hope that you are or can get help for whatever you're dealing with, because something's wrong there. I do not desire a call with you anymore. I do not desire to speak about you anymore. But Caroline is a different story. So please book bookmark her for the segment I am going to be speaking about next, because we're not done here. Someone I neglected to talk about in the situation is the person by the name of Nathan Aldu-Star. Nathan, if you recall, was the individual who hosted The Truth, where we confronted Brandon initially.
No,
I'm just holding my arm up. I'm just holding my arm up.
Actually, wait a minute. Wait a second. Hold on. Zoom into the...
I am bringing him up because he used this situation between myself, Ali, and Caroline to try and tarnish my name. Something you do not do. Throughout February, I started recovering from the sheer pit of mental troubles I had been thrown into. Multiple people can vouch that in voice calls, I sounded very drained. I sounded very depressed, for a lack of a better word, and people were constantly checking in on me at that part to make sure that I didn't do something stupid. The calls in February were simple. Prove that I was not an angry, irrational person. I initially had 4 people that I wanted to talk to: Caroline, Nathan, Ali, and C. However, Ali, as I mentioned before, has not reached out to have a call with me, or has not accepted my invitation for a call. I started with seeing Kim, where his whole reason for hating me was unveiled, and he revealed that he thought I was a bad trans. They know I'm right.
Are you really that stupid?
I mean, I don't know if you're looking in a mirror that cracked 1,000 times or not, but I know that I'm definitely in the right, so...
Oh, God.
Oh, you're bringing numbers into this again.
Well, no,
Oh, you
you're the
stupid
one...
narcissist.
Okay, sure. So we'll get on to my 4th out of 5 questions. What is your problem with me being a transgender woman? What is your problem with that? Because I've noticed that you say many trans.
Oh, you're one of those bad transgender people.
Bad trans? Bad trans?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
you're...
I'm a bad trans.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. How? How?
Can you see this guy? Can you see this guy? This guy's making a video of himself.
Oh my god. Oh no, I'm a bad trans. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Second was Caroline, where I confronted her about the situation that had occurred in January. Finally was Nathan, who I confronted for his transphobic remarks toward me while speaking with Ali, Caroline, and others in the situation in January. He then proceeded to say during this time that I let minors such as Pidgeot, Bacon, and Crybaby, you know, my own sister, bully pedophiles in group chats whilst doing nothing about it like I claimed Caroline did with Ali. I went after Caroline, Ali, and everybody else before I knew that you were involved in this, because they had been telling me that, specifically Caroline had been telling me that they hated pedophiles, yet were being friends with them. And even though they were actively told, like, if anything like that happens, tell us, and, you know, she should have gone, hey, don't get into group chats or interact with these predators too early. She still sat there and saw fit to be friends with these pedophiles, and my issue is with Ali being friends with pedophiles. And when we first discussed this, you said that your issue was me letting my sister and her friend be friends with pedophiles, which is absolutely not.
No. I'm not saying friends with pedos. I said freaking having them get involved in situations like this. That's what got me concerned. I never said friends with pedos nor anything else. I should have said getting involved in situations that have pedos in them. That's what I was trying. I should have said that from the beginning.
Yeah, you should have, because you did say what I said. So, I mean,
God, listening to Nathan really makes me want to punch him.
I just want to bash his
I'm
head
here
in.
to correct the record. What actually happens in those instances is that other people add them in without checking with myself if it's okay, and they basically tell the predator to off themselves, and then I ensure that they leave. Not only is there not enough time for predators to physically clock that they are children, but after they are added and say what they want to say, I ensure that no further communication happens after said point as to not endanger the children because I was not the one who added them into the group chat. Nathan. Other people did it, and I simply sat here and tried to handle the situation the best I could whilst protecting the children. Whereas Nathan allowed their friend, at one point also a former lover known as DJ Char Gamer, to send NSFW pornographic content that was
I
incestuous
hate
in Nathan's
this.
private
I hate
gaming
Char.
chat, where anybody could see it. Upon being called out for it, Nathan proceeded to have a meltdown, something that he does often when he's called out.
Oh yeah, like how he screamed and said it because I can, or was it Barrel? I don't remember.
In the presence of children, with the same results as the time prior being played out in 2022. To come from me, when I deal with things immediately, compared to you, Nathan, who sat there and didn't even remove the pornographic content in either instance until you were called out, is pathetic, stupid, naive, and disturbing. To call you an idiot is an insult to idiots. At least they try to use their brains. Do better. At least with this next situation, I won't have to deal with a repugnant imbecile like yourself, since I will not be mentioning Nathan Alderstar anymore. He does not deserve the air wasted on him.
No, he really
now,
doesn't.
In that segment, I talked about Ali, Caroline Cat, Nathan Alderstar, Scene Kim, and DJ Char Gamer. I want to give you all a pop quiz right now. Who do you think actually owned up to their actions and proved that they had grown as a person?
Oh, this is an easy question.
A.
I know.
B.
B. Ali. C. Scene Kim. D.
B.
DJ Char Gamer. Or is it E. Caroline Cat?
Oh, don't give the chat a reason to. Oh, you told the bitch.
Myself and Ali got back in contact with each other after our fighting.
No,
They
because everybody
apologized to
knew.
me,
Like,
and
my
I have
audience
apologized to
knows.
them for
Because
my
remember the
aggression
previous
towards them
stream?
during that time. And
Yeah,
we've
but I'm just saying,
since
better people
actually
don't.
moved on greatly. Ali has since actually tried holding Caroline accountable as well for her mistake of allowing Ali, whilst they were a minor since Ali is 19 now, to be in spaces with predators such as Dark Herobrine 99 and DJ Char Gamer. To which Caroline's exact response was to shift the blame onto the minor instead. Cue her shouting.
Yeah, that's
"I
what
apologize."
Caroline did, and I did address that in my own
You
video.
let me be around fucking pedophiles when I was a minor?
Excuse you, what now?
God, grow
You
up.
want to explain?
Yep, I already touched upon this subject in my stream class, so I think we get the gist of it. But again, as I said in my previous stream, I'm going to say it here. I will give Ali credit where credit's due. She has matured. She has done, has tried to make Caroline hold herself accountable for what she put Ali through. And Ali is improving. She's in a better environment now, and my heart goes out for Ali, and I'm grateful that she is mature. And I commend that. You were saying, Miss Loterio?
Oh no, I was saying that I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yep, just saying that for the record.
And by the way, Ali has all the right to be angry at Caroline.
Oh, straight up.
Just
She
saying
has the
that.
right. Oh no, she has that right. Let's continue.
Char, RTI,
You let yourself be around RTI, not us.
You could have easily just
No.
left if you didn't want to be around people.
No. You could have told them to fuck off.
You could have told them to fuck off too. Stop blaming other people.
I'm not fucking done.
Responsibility for your fucking self.
We are going to go through the
God, I like.
Okay, I know we are going to continue on in a moment, but you can all hear in Caroline's words and her fucking partner's words that they're literally trying to blame Ali at the time when she was a minor.
It just it boils your blood. It really does.
No, it makes you. It does. But let's continue on because, again, we're almost done with this video class. We're almost done. Just let me know when to pause the video, Miss Flutterio.
Okay, okay.
That one stream that Kazami did. You let Princess Char talking with Char. That was still enabling.
Ali ain't wrong.
So, for my addendum in regards to my thoughts, I want to say something to Ali real quick. Ali, we fought in the past, you and I both know that. However, since that point, I believe that you have done a wonderful job growing as a person and realizing your mistakes in this situation. I know that this is all traumatizing to you, and I am so proud that you have grown as a person and managed to have the strength to call out these people directly to their faces, mind you. I truly am sorry that adults around you, such as Caroline Cat, continue to try and make you the villain in a situation where you were not the villain and were put in very real danger. You are the one person out of this entire early 2023 section who I can confidently say actually grew as a person and I grew respect for. So I applaud you for that. Now, where was I? Oh yes, I had gone on a hiatus on YouTube until May. We'll cover that next. Starting off with May the 1st, 2023. A video was uploaded called Ryan on Wi-Fi and Crispy One-on-One, where Ryan and Crispy discussed the entire 2022 situation. Now, I want to touch on 2 points from the very beginning 5-ish minutes of this video. In the video, as you'll hear, Ryan says that everyone who reported on the situation involving Brandon the Brony Pony were liars.
We gotta remember that you lied too. You know, you put it on your show, and a lot of people put it on their show too. I look on YouTube at all the videos about me, and they've lied too because they've sold the Brandon story as well. They were all liars.
Even though the claims originated from him, and he had every opportunity to come out with this new information until I cornered him in November and December of 2022. He also suspiciously says something else. He claims he was hated by the Brony fandom at the time, with him saying that apparently Cosmic knew this.
Bronies didn't like me. You look in Twitter mentions. If you go like on Twitter, put in @Ryan on Wi-Fi, and you look before the end of January, because that's when the Brandon stuff happened. Look before the end of January. I was getting flamed on Twitter by Bronies. So
and that was
I was hated since day one. Right? Yeah, Punk Rarity. It's funny because Cosmic knows all about it. I sort of knew Cosmic before you came along. So Cosmic knows.
However, as Crispy shows, and by extension I have shown, Ryan had quite a ton of support during this time. I want to ask you to save this specific point, specifically the Cosmic knew this line, for the next part after we've covered everything up to August, just as I asked you to keep, everybody else in mind. I believed, personally, at the time, this was an attempt at damage control, thanks to how everyone knew how the situation in 2022 played out at the time. Moving.
And I do think that is what's going on, was Ryan was doing damage control, as it was said just now. Am I wrong in that, Miss Flutterio?
Yep, this is damage control, but this is also gaslighting. This is gaslighting. I'll say it too. I'll say it bluntly. This is gaslighting.
Yeah, not only that, but yeah, again, damage control. I mean, as discussed earlier, effective recently, Ryan decided to be like, oh no, I'm leaving YouTube, which is very fucking convenient timing, by the way, Ryan. I know I'm getting back at that class it's very convenient that he pulled that shit. The moment that people are starting to dig into what, digging into recent events from 2022, 2023, and so on.
But do continue.
Yep.
Ben, do continue.
On, I returned to YouTube on the 26th of May 2023, after everything happened in January to March. It was during this time that Brandon the Brony Pony had allegedly posed a question to the artist's Swivel Star song, where he asked if they can draw him and Apple Bloom allegedly having sex. Apple Bloom, for anyone who's curious, is a child character from the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic show. I also received a cease and desist pertaining to Brandon the Brony Pony that mysteriously doesn't actually have an email address attached to the person who sent it to me. As you can see on the screen with the prior emails that I had in 2022, the conversation between two people contains the email addresses of both parties. When I received this, I let the public know that I had been cease and desisted by who I thought was Brandon. On May the 27th, 2023,
Could you pause a minute, Ben?
I released my video called I Am Being Cease and Desisted by
Yes, Miss Flutterio?
The reason I want to say that when I looked into the situation with the cease and desist, that company is non-existent. It does not exist. And when I took a look at the email, that email did not actually exist. Doesn't exist, like Cosmic has said, but was obtained from a website where anybody could send an email and that would not go back to anything, but you could send that through as an email. So yes, it's thoroughly non-existent. But do continue.
Apologies for
Brandon
the long
the
load.
Brony Pony, which is up as a standalone re-upload on my channel. Conveniently after this, an account called EUF Lover had also been active on DeviantArt, where EUF Lover was posting comments to Buzzy Trombone / Paper Mario Fan 1 saying things like, I hope I find your parents too and drug them with aphrodisiac, and Paper Mario Fan 1, I will find where Twitter users Dark Knight Princess, Fast and Curious, Sunset Asem Shimmer are, and kill them. This supposed account also asked if anyone could draw NSFW material of Starlight Glimmer, a pony in the show My Little Pony, as a foal/child. During this time period, I recalled what Brandon had done in early 2022 with alternate accounts. He had said things similar to this, so in my mind, this looked to be Brandon, given his previous pattern of behavior. Though, it's important to note something with the Twitter account. In the that was on the supposed Brandon account, you can see that the account was spelled @thepersonaspony. In this tweet, you can see Brandon putting them side by side and showing that the was an imposter. Claims have been made that this was someone by the name of Solar Moon Eclipse. Claims were made to my knowledge and my memory that this was apparently Sunset Watcher. Other claims came out and suggested that it was other people entirely. However, I'm inclined to disagree on all of this. I'll touch on why in the part after covering the rest of what I want to cover. But again, keep this all in mind. We're getting very close now. At the same time as me being cease and desisted, I also made videos on Dark Hero Brian 99 and Seeing Kim. These videos have all been uploaded like the 3 made in 2022, so if you wish to look at them, you can find them on my channel. On June the 3rd, 2023, because Seeing Kim loved what Blocko Bob had done to Crispy a year prior, I pulled a stunt against him where I made it look like I was heading to go to his hometown with some of my acquaintances at the time.
I
The video on
remember
the situation being
I
entitled
remember
My
that.
Flight to Canada. I mention these videos because something else happened during that time. Enter an account named Igor Fyodor, an account who claims to have originally have been from Tver Oblast. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation, Russians. Please tell me how to pronounce it so that I can fix that later if I ever do have to somehow make another video 10 years down the line on this shit. Anyhow, the account was made in May of 2022, with Seeing Kim revealing in his Facebook group that Igor Fyodor actually messaged Seeing Kim during the time period of myself and Seeing having a back and forth. As you can see, he was revealing the information of Lord Ben Maza in this screenshot. I had to censor things inside this since it was showing his Facebook profile, though it's important to note that the account was speaking perfect English. Fast forward to the time of June 17th, 2023. During this time, the now deleted user Sour Patch King VA, who was quite popular and I believe to have gotten over like 100,000 subscribers before they were exposed and deleted their stuff, had their account on Discord supposedly hacked. Igor made his only post publicly and took ownership of the hacking, tagging Ryan on Wi-Fi of all people and saying, @Ryan on Wi-Fi, you're next. What happened after? Well, Ryan on Wi-Fi responded. In his now deleted conversation that I have recovered from the Forgotten Perspective video, thank God for young me, Ryan claims that Blocko Bob told him he had witnessed things. He had heard that Brandon was somehow a pedophile again and says that those clowns he once again fooled are spreading even more lies. Keep this in mind for the next thing I'm about to mention. So, we now move on to July 2023. On July 16th, 2023, a user by the name of @OhGodIt'sBrandon tweeted a Google document pertaining to the Wubcake situation, which gained traction. Who then jumped in during the middle of August when these claims were spreading like wildfire to try and get in on the situation? Ryan on Wi-Fi. As you can see here, a user by the name of HyperGamerXY made a Twitter post in August saying that Wubcake victims are paid actors by Ryan on Wi-Fi. Ryan and him had a back and forth, and I jokingly clocked that HyperGamer was an alt of Ryan's. Oh my god, how close I was, just wait for a sec. Then, my video, The Forgotten Perspective, aired officially on the 20th of August 2023. This is and was a pattern. With the new evidence I'm about to show about these two accounts and Blocko Bob's Twitter account, I believe this was all coordinated by Ryan on Wi-Fi. As you can see, going into the About This Account section, which was made publicly accessible thanks to the late 2025 Twitter update, we can see that all three of these accounts have one common place they were based in: the United Kingdom. Who else was proven to have lived in the United Kingdom and had decided to talk about what he thought were big situations, like with the Herobrine situation? Ryan on Wi-Fi. Which leads me to my final part of this video today. After seeing all of this, I have my own crackpot theory based on what I have learned throughout this entire journey as of making this video. This has gone through several revisions, but without further ado, let's get into it. My crackpot theory is this. I believe Ryan coordinated everything in these 2022/2023 events, with his original target for his activities being myself, with the goal of either A, trolling, or B, clout, given how Ryan states he made his first video in the community on the Dark Herobrine 99 situation on December the 1st, 2021.
Well, it's funny because when I first made a video in the Brony community, it was a New Year's resolution. It was the 1st of December.
Which, if we cross-reference from my stream, was exactly 29 days after my stream on Herobrine, where I came back on the 2nd of November 2021. I believe, however, that he saw that the situation wasn't as big as he thought it was, so he proceeded to cover Brandon the Brony Pony and his racist actions, which then escalated into him making pedophile accusations toward Brandon, meant to originally get mine and other people's attention. Since Brandon was far more popular than me and other people, it would draw more eyes to the situation and by extension, Ryan on Wi-Fi. When my eyes were finally drawn to the situation, I believe Ryan was waiting for me to make a video on Brandon, until ChrispyTube entered the situation in February and covered Brandon. Since Crispy was verifiably more popular than me, and because Crispy made his video before mine came out, Ryan took him into account. When the April situation happened and he got backlash for the first time in this timeline from what has been pieced together, he then took that month to begin planning, where I believe he then switched from targeting me to targeting ChrispyTube. I believe this was for two reasons. One, I believe he did this because Crispy was far more popular than me, and number two, I believe he knew that I would wait for the reaction and the situation to unfold before touching the situation with a 10-foot pole. He then, verifiably from his own words, sent the fake Tootsie allegations toward Crispy, with the sole intent to make Crispy look as untrustworthy with his information as possible.
Turns out he has convinced that same YouTuber to share another fake pedophile story.
May then being the point where he made his first basically confirmed alt account on Twitter called Blocko Bob, where we can see Blocko's account was based in the UK, which none of us would have known until 2025. From there, he began targeting Crispy, first by focusing on the recent Tootsie situation, second by pretending to go over to where Crispy lived, and finally by creating pedophile accusations against Crispy, which would have been the nail in the coffin realistically back then for Crispy's reputation, using both the Blocko account and his own to coordinate a character assassination attempt on Crispy by creating two separate videos, one on his channel and one on the Blocko Bob channel, which has basically been confirmed to be him if you look at the stuff that you can do in YouTube Studio, where you can change your country or location. I'm shitting you not. After creating these accusations and videos, I believe he was then directly responsible for the creation of the false conversation between the person known as Anna Hartley and ChrispyTube. I believe that Ryan, under the Blocko Bob account, impersonated Crispy to fabricate these conversations in order to add on to the claims with more claims. Then, in August when Crispy came back, Ryan tried to make more accusations, with myself and Crispy calling out Ryan's lies, and who we thought were Blocko Bob's lies, until October when he started making the claim that he was hired to troll the My Little Pony community, which we know, from Ryan's later words, was a complete and utter fabricated lie.
Since nobody knew the story was fake, I was welcomed into this online community for doing what they thought was a good deed. Meanwhile, the person we all lied about was clearly incapable of defending themselves. Believe it or not, the crying actually made our story appear more genuine because YouTubers once again started stirring the pot. Obviously, I was the only person who knew the story was fake, thereby I was the only person who could prove this story to be false. But I did not want to confess just yet.
However, I believe that it was my video on November the 29th, 2022 that made Ryan fully panic. Hence, why he nuked his videos during that time and made the video saying he was hacked. Then, on December the 12th, 2022, I believe that he thought he had to fully come clean, because he had no real choice but to fully come clean. I believe this is the point where Ryan planned on trying to erase me from the situation entirely, since I had been consistently on his ass since June. I do not believe he ever intended to admit to having lied about Brandon or Crispy. He only did because, in my personal opinion, myself and Crispy were constantly on his ass. From this point onward into 2023, I believe he then began closely monitoring myself specifically and planned to create situations in order to distract me and make up for his mistake in 2022 of not distracting me. In late May of 2023, he created the Igor Fyodor account, and when I had my thing with Scene Kim, he used that account to message Scene whilst that account was unnoticed, capitalizing on the EUF drama that was circulating and creating the Brandon fake account on Twitter in order to distract me, sending me a fake cease and desist letter to make this look more believable and credible. Then, in June, when Sour Patch King VA got hacked, he used the Igor Fyodor account to try and jump into that situation and make it about himself, given how he and Igor, or rather himself on that account, were talking back and forth and hyping up the idea of Brandon having some legitimate evidence against him, when he also made a snide remark about having trolled those he calls clowns. I believe he meant me when he said this. Then, when the Wubcake situation kicked off in July, I believe he hopped onto the HyperGamerXY account, given how the account has 2 name changes, last in August 2023, which leads into August, where he began pulling the same tactics as the Sour Patch situation, and made the tweet where he claimed Wubcake victims are actors paid by Ryan on Wi-Fi. Ryan then hopped on his own account, and I believe this small back and forth was a way to try and slither his way back into the My Little Pony community. Then, when I made a joke on the 16th of August 2023, I believe this scared Ryan, and then my Forgotten Perspective video aired on the 20th of August 2023. From there, I believe Ryan continued monitoring my actions until 2024, where he saw that I had gotten into other situations, where he then took his chance to try talking about the Kenneth Apthorpe situation, with him saying that the reason he did this was because nobody else was covering it. Given how the video is now removed, I believe more could have actually have happened to make that video disappear. In 2025, I believe Ryan wanted to then restart, and I believe he wanted to try and get back into the good graces of the fandom yet again, with him going to pony conventions, and then when I come back as of these last few days and week, I believe Ryan knew his time was up, when I tweeted things such as, "I am on the cusp of releasing something that will shake the very foundation of the events in 2022 and 2023. I believe he saw me re-uploading my 2022 videos and immediately knew what was going on. So, in an effort to get ahead of this video, I believe he made his video announcing his departure, hoping this would drive me off or discourage me from making this video. I also have further evidence
Small world, isn't it?
about what I was doing.
I know.
On TikTok, you can see who views your profile. On the 16th of July, I checked his TikTok account, which would have appeared in his notifications, which then would have spurred him to check my other socials because he would have remembered my pony character known as Bounded Time, which would have then, if all else failed, alerted him to the fact that I was making my video. Again, routing back to him leaving to get ahead of the situation he knew was going to happen. Overall, I believe this crackpot theory has a 99% chance of being real. The only reason I take 1% off is because I believe Ryan will never give an actual confession to all of this. Instead, I believe he'll either run or lay low in order to wait for everything to die down, given how he now avoids directly talking about the 2022 situation or me. The last thing he would want to do is to mention the one person who's been constantly clocking him and the one person who destroyed his game plans for true success on this platform, or to risk mentioning them. in fear of his misleading and false narratives coming apart when somebody gets curious about who I am. I believe this is as close as we'll get to the truth of everything. So, if you're of the mindset, please take 99% as a 100%. So then, how do we tackle his tactics and how do we end this cycle for good? I'll tell you. My suggestion to all of you is to keep this video relevant by making your own videos recapping the timeline with this new information, leaving comments, engaging, spreading the word, keeping the situation alive, etc. Whatever you have to do, please do it. Except for harassment.
I stand
death
by
threats and all of
this.
that. Don't do that to him. With every new voice and new pair of eyes that sees and speaks about the situation, Ryan ends up losing more and more power over the situation and the narrative that he has tried to maintain control over for the last 4 years. If we all work together, the truth will become inevitable, and I believe this will allow for the truest form of the timeline to finally emerge thanks to this video. Ryan, thanks to all of this, will then be unable to contain or control the situation anymore. It will make it so that anyone who looks into the situation has no choice but to also look into this video, where they'll see the timeline lined up and will see the shenanigans and insidious events laid out bare. It will also act as a secondary thing, known as a deterrent or a safeguard against those who seek to purposefully try to rewrite any part of the timeline that has been explained, because people can look into the situation and will then be able to see that the people who try to rewrite the situation are either uninformed or doing it intentionally. With that all being said, I believe it's now time to end this video. If you enjoyed, thank you. If you stayed this long into the video up until the very end.
And that concludes the Cosmic's video. So, Miss Maria,
I just want to I just want to say something to Super Disney fan. Yes, the Igor account actually took the personal information of Rebel, Cosmic, and Ben and passed it on to Shen Kim and good old dog hero Brian. Yes.
exactly, which
So
oh,
fun
Brian.
times. Fun times. Fun times.
Yeah, fun times. But no, I agree with what Cosmic said in this video, is that 99%, I'm convinced, as Cosmic is, this is 99% accurate of what Ryan has done. Because, you know, like, all of it matches up, the dots are connected to current events, which it makes total fucking sense. So, because, honestly, I just feel like, I don't know, like, you know.
My own statement here is a lot of this evidence is overwhelming. And as I've pointed out to Ben, I've pointed out to a few people, a lot of these add up in the timeline. But also, I just want to point something out. When it comes to the video that Ryan made on Herobrine, I have never actually seen any evidence of this video.
Nope, I haven't seen it either. Cosmic wants in.
No one has. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Let me just start the group call real fast. Give me a second, class, to Oh, hello, Cosmic. Hello. So, what's your
My neck
thoughts?
got my back got my pussy and my crack got
Oh my god. But no, like, I 110% agree with what you said in this video, Cosmic, because no, the pieces are connected, the dots are intertwining to everything you have mentioned in this video, And it is 99% chance that that is exactly what
This
Brian is
is
trying
why
to
you
pull.
do not fuck with me. I will find the deepest, darkest shit about you, and I will report on it. I will archive it. The video had nearly 200 screenshots in my Premiere Pro project stored. Nearly 50 videos are, in fact, more than 50 videos archived of the damn situation. I do my research. You don't fuck with me with the truth. I will find each and every single little anal cavity and anal hemorrhoid that you have, and I will show it bare for the world. You don't fuck with me with this shit, Ryan. And yes, Ryan, I know you probably listening, you big, bold, nasty, wither skeleton looking bitch. I know you sat there and left your damn fucking YouTube because of my shit. How you feel now, you dumb motherfucker? How you feel now? Hot air balloon looking motherfucker.
Yeah, sorry, Twig Boy. And I'm gonna urge my audience this, as Cosmic mentioned in her video, share this video that Cosmic made, which the link of the video
Yeah.
is in
Let
the
me just say.
description.
Let me just
Share it
say it in
around.
person. Let me just say it in person right now. The more people know about the situation, as I said in my video, the more people who know about the situation, the less people he has control over. The less he can take advantage of people's unawareness. The less he can sit there and rewrite the narrative without people knowing the full extent of the truth. Because as we know from several fucking people on YouTube and several other places online, they've got the timeline completely fucked up. They got the timeline completely fucked up. They got this fucked up. They don't even mention me as me. They try and say that I'm Indian. I'm so sorry, but like I blend into my white wall. I am as white as the sun when you look up at it with the naked eye. I'm not Indian. So
I nearly had a
like
spit take
it's
when that
crazy.
comment was said in the video. I nearly had a spit take with my soda, which, yeah, no, that ain't fun. That hurts. But
Does anybody in your chat or do you two have any questions for me? Does anybody who's watching this, do you two have any questions for me?
No.
Just let me know.
No, I
Okay.
pretty much think you were spot on of everything you said in this video, and I stand by it 110%.
Don't fuck with Mother Mick time. She will mother you to death.
So, class, that is today's reaction stream. So, I hope you will enjoy this stream, and I'd like to thank Cosmic for joining in. I'll let the ladies say their final say before I have a final say, and especially if they want to have something to say to Twig Boy, who I know damn well he's watching this, because the fact that he went fucking quiet, hold on, because I know for a fact that he went fucking quiet, and the fact that there's dots connecting that he's that Russian hacker, so he knows what I do. So I'm not surprised that he could be stalking our accounts. No surprise, because given how he pulled, oh, I'm gonna leave YouTube and move to the United States, given what you said on Twitter, Cosmic, which that's very fucking
Well,
convenient,
no,
by
I
the
think
way.
conveniently it's actually Canada. I think conveniently it's Canada.
Oh,
And
yeah,
do you want to
that's
know
true.
who was saying that they were in Canada all the way back then? Ryan. Blocko.
Mm-hmm. So,
And do you want to know where those accounts are based in? United Kingdom, United Kingdom, United Kingdom. You know what you can do in YouTube Studio with the location settings? You can change the country you're from.
it's not that fucking hard.
And I'm so glad I have my Twitter archive. I am so glad my pussy managed to shit out that Twitter archive. I am so happy. I'm so happy my fucking vaginal cavity gave birth to that fucking Twitter
the stream does
archive.
not get taken down. I hope the stream does not get taken
Girl,
down.
shut the fuck up. You get expelled from your birth canal each and every single fucking year. You celebrate it, all right? We all celebrate being expelled from our birth canals, all right? A vagina's not scary.
Okay, but back on the no. What I'm saying is, like, you know how YouTube is with their wording, their policy.
But they're a bunch of vaginas themselves. What do you expect? Anyways.
That's true. But so, do you ladies have any final closings for the audience?
I actually have something that we can talk about because
go ahead.
I know Cosmic didn't include this in a video because while it's not like super relevant to it, but can we talk about how Ryan was trying to get with a 19-year-old trying to get his way into America?
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
That
Yep.
Can I explain that?
Ben, would
Can I
you
explain that?
like to talk about? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so basically the tea is, and I'm seeing the vomit emoji. Oh no, I'm not listening to the stream anymore now. I'm in call. But basically, Ryan sat here and made a video saying the cops were called on him because he went to meet his 19-year-old partner at the time, called A Rabbit Shorts Productions. Now, according to him in his comments, however, the mother called the police on him because apparently their daughter was 17 years old. Now, that tea's just confusing to me, Ryan. Were they 17 or 19? Come on now. Like, that's just confusing to me, just personally. Like, come on.
I want to also point out, too, that I even talked to Flutter Rio and you about this before, is that when I read his comments to the individual that was asking questions, he was very fucking inconsistent with his stories. Like, he said,
went and he sat here and said that he had hugged and like he had met his partner when he got there. But then he said that he wasn't allowed to speak to the partner and wasn't able to see her because they were up in the bedroom, locked away. They just don't make sense. And saying that the police were siding with him and basically going, "Don't worry, we know this teenager is a crackpot." Like, no, that's just not what we're... Girl, there's a lot of things wrong with that situation, but like, take it up with him, ladies and gentlemen. His YouTube channel's still there. I can guarantee you he's still going to be monitoring the comments. I think, actually, I'm going to do a little bit of investigation right now. Right. Right. You know that video where he was fucking saying that he was leaving, right? Let's go to it right now. Let's go to it right now to his leaving video. And in my YouTube channel, moved abroad and becoming a redneck. He's still hearting comments. He's still hearting comments. So if you want to go over there, he's still paying attention.
Oh, of course he is.
Thought you were leaving. Thought you were leaving, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's up
why
with
you
that?
hearting the comments, bitch?
Again, he's fucking scared because he knows damn well when people start investigating and realize, oh shit, someone kept receipts.
I think what happened, because I literally 13 hours before he made that video, when I was going to bed, I literally took that screenshot in my bed, right, before I went to sleep, just in case, right, because TikTok allows you to see who viewed your profile. It's in my notifications as to who views my profile. It would have shown my pony character, the one that I have as a mascot for my channel, the one that I'm literally writing a whole fucking book series for, the one that I'm most known for, the one that people associate with being toxic whenever they speak about me. You cannot avoid my pony character, right? So he is, especially in 2022, when I was doing art of him constantly, this, that, and the other, he would have known when he saw my profile. Like, it would have given him, you know that meme of like the war soldier?
Yeah.
The war soldier, he would have immediately been like, oh shit. And then he would have checked my YouTube channel or my Twitter and he would have seen that I was re-uploading the videos from 2022 and gone, oh shit, she's back. And tried to get ahead of it by going and making that fucking shitty YouTube video, which I'm so sorry, Ryan. You look like a malnourished Minecraft skeleton on fucking acid. I'm just going to be completely honest with you, honey. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And the list shit, I'm sorry. I'm so glad you and I had that
I
call, mother,
haven't.
because like...
Now, when I was in there, I could not track down anybody by the name Lith. I did
that's why I started with
find.
my searches as well. Like on Google, I wasn't finding anything. On Twitter, I wasn't finding anything. On fucking other platforms, I wasn't finding anything. I literally went
No,
to
there was
DeviantArt and Reddit.
nothing. There was nothing there. The only thing that I also saw that Kiwi Farms were going like, yeah, Ryan's not. I'm sure that this was mentioned that on Kiwi Farms, they could not find that connection either.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Surely if he went by the name Lith and trolled the Powerpuff fandom, right? With Powerpuff Girls fandom, the gay girls fandom, you know, puff equals gay, you know, as an insult. So gay girls fandom, right? Surely there would have been a record of it anywhere, somewhere, in some place, in someone's fucking breast cavity, on the online space. Like, but there was nothing when I went to search.
Yep. Now, bearing in mind, when I took a look, so it was me who showed Cosmic this. I found that Ryan had archived a website, which Cosmic showed in the video.
Yes, it was. Yeah, she did show me this. That was new, wasn't it? When I was in the call with you, mother, wasn't I sat there being like, "Bitch, what the fuck?"
Yep. Now, this was archived for somebody who passed away in 2017.
And let's just say this right now before you continue. Rest in peace to that person. In no way am I trying to use that person in this situation to get at Ryan. I'm showing that Ryan never went by the name of fucking Liz.
Yep. Now, Ryan did make a speed paint of the person's OC on his YouTube channel. Now, that's where the site caught my attention, because I'm like, but this happened in 2017. I'm assuming that the site, which you can actually view if you type in Ryan's name on Google, you will find that website. It's on WordPress and it's unfinished. And he cites his name not as Lith, not as anything else.
Ryan on Wi-Fi.
Ryan on Wi-Fi. Bearing in mind, I'm guessing that the site it's literally a memorial site, because this person was also in the Go Animate fandom.
Yeah, and can I also just say, if all else fails, those speed paints of the pony character, I'm traumatized by Equestria Girls Applejack with her fucking breasts as beach balls in that fucking apple cider. But my point still stands. Like, I thought I was going crazy, right? Because I remember back in the day, he had those speed paints of like fucking marble pie, is it? And apple bloom. And then all of a sudden they're gone. And I'm like, huh?
Unfortunately, as well, I've also discovered that one of the pictures, the marble pie one, was featured on Equestria Daily.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, it is featured on Equestria Daily.
Now, how did I not block that? I mean, I've got enough evidence, more than enough actually, to prove that Ryan.
More than enough. Yeah, you already had that. But it was actually featured on the another archive site with the pony one, which you showed. But it's also on Equestria Daily. It was also shown that it was featured on
I didn't
Equestria
think
Daily.
to look there, otherwise I would have included it. Just as walk me through him editing for people, because that got me a little bit. When you mentioned it, I was like, editing for. So walk us through it, because I'm confused.
Right. So I'm just going to go on to I'm on my phone at the moment. So when I type in Ryan on Wi-Fi, it brings up his YouTube channel. It goes to a site that is for Go Anime, which is the basically the Go Animate fandom.
Yeah.
And then we go to, and we keep going down. Keep going. You have to keep real going for this, but you will find on something called PonyTube a site that says, "We went to Main Fair, 1st of December 2023, credit Ryan."
This.
Let me send it to you. I will, again, this is just from the internet search.
I think my theory still lines up regardless of him trying to still get back into the pony fan. But if I with this, I would love to see this.
Let me get this for you. Let me get
And it's basically confirmed as well that he was stalking my shit, without saying anything, because as soon as I was dealing with my other situation, suddenly he makes a video on Kenneth Apthorpe because nobody else, quote unquote, according to him, was making any videos on it. Of course they're not making videos on it, Ryan. They've got their own shit to deal with, you prune.
Let me grab it to you. Let me grab it to you.
Dots are connecting.
There we go. And here we go. PonyTube. We went to Mayfair.
1st of December 2023. Credit at Ryan on Wi-Fi. 5 months ago, 6 views, 0:23. Minister of the Foreign - King Liam Keel spits facts at Van Hoover Pony Expo Day 1. Cred at, and I'm assuming that says Brian on Wi-Fi. So he was active even as early as 2023 again. So my pattern lines up even more.
There's also something that goes back to a year ago, actually.
Oh,
Gotta
Lord.
love it, class. The dots are connecting, are they, class?
I think they were connected by the time my video came out, but yes. These are just extra dots now that are making a whole lot more sense, because when I was seeing this
by the way, these were originally, from what I've seen from this video, this was originally published by Ryan on May the 21st, 2024.
Really?
May 21st, 2024. So that would have been when my whole family
There
fucking
you go.
depression.
There you go. Also,
Liam
by the
Keel
way,
for Oregon campaign video. Thank you to Brian on Wi-Fi. 2 likes, 0 dislikes, or however many dislikes. I don't know how many dislikes that is. Liam Keel for Oregon Secretary of State 2024 by King of MLP. First of all, you're not the king of My Little Pony. Get off your fucking high horse, you dirty month. Liam Keel for Oregon Secretary of State 2024, or Liam Keel 2024 campaign advertisement video made for Liam Keel by Ryan on Wi-Fi. Big thank you to Ryan on Wi-Fi for the edited video. His contributors to Liam Keel's work and the L Money fandom will always be remembered. Is this bitch serious? Is this bitch... What fandom? A fandom that likes you doing birthing art? Of expelling foals still connected to the umbilical cord from their birthing cavity?
Bearing in mind that this is not available on the first page when you Google search it. You have to look down quite a bit. But yes, he as
And what again, and Mother, what again happened in 2024 with me? I was in other situations.
Yes.
Ryan didn't need to distract me any more than I already was, because I was going through hell in 2024.
Yeah, and I
Let
will
me
confirm
just say that.
Yeah, I will confirm
Like
that,
he
which
saw.
it makes
That's
fucking
why I
sense.
reckon, in terms of this, he instead focused his efforts. Now that I'm giving my end of video thoughts, I guess, in the stream, I reckon at that time when he was seeing all of that, he then saw that, hey, Cosmic's already distracted. This is my moment to try and get back in the fandom. And as soon as I've come back 2 years later, like I've got something that changes the entire context, he's immediately bolted.
Yes. Now, I'm trying to find, because there was another thing that kind of made me feel a little bit going like, this is strange. This is strange.
It's very strange, my love. It's very strange. It's very strange how much of a vagina he is.
Ryan was also involved in something called Andy Almar Leaves the Philippines at Ryan on Wi-Fi.
Huh?
The Philippines?
Yeah, that's like...
¿Qué pasa?
Yeah, when he was doing the, you know, like, is it Go Animate stuff? He was discussing things.
Human being lookalikes are, yeah, whatever those fucking things are that he uses to animate in his videos, yeah, whatever they are.
Yep, apparently he was also, like, among there. He was trying to do shit there.
I wonder how the Go Animate fandom feels about someone of him, or the Powerpuff Girls fandom, or even the My Little Pony fandom feels about someone like this being in their faces.
There is now. If you go to our chats, Cosmic,
yeah.
I sent you a link to something called the Go Animate Fandom Wiki Conclave 2020.
You did, yes, actually. I do remember that. You did, yes.
Now, if you go down to where it says
shows
update,
Ryan on Wi-Fi in there somewhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says update August 2021. So think about this. 2021, he was involved in the Go Animate community, and it says YouTube creator and DeviantArt user Ryan on Wi-Fi, a former friend of Jermaine Dyer, uploaded a video disputing somebody called Stageburners' alleged allegation into Conclave's non-alive. The video expresses a person's plan to smear K-pop fans as much as possible, which involved a scheme to create chaos and anarchy in the DeviantArt community. This scheme would entail rumors that K-pop and somebody else was behind somebody's death. Ryan exposes the real user behind a certain account, a person called Radical Oblivion, is the person who created the profile and rumors about someone's passing away.
So I have a question with that. Ryan, if you were truly exposing all of this stuff, how come that video's gone? If you weren't getting any backlash, if you weren't going and getting any backlash or this or that for any of these situations, and don't tell me that you removed the video because you wanted to see the better side of the Brony fandom. Bitch, in 2022 and 2023, you were starting shit. Don't try it. My question still stands. Like, how come, if you were so innocent in all of this, if you had nothing to hide, this, that, and the other, and whatever, even before the pony stuff, right, in 2022 and 2023, how come that shit's gone?
Bearing in mind, I actually went onto the Pona pics The marble pie one was
Owner
made
Pig
on the
just
21st.
sounds.
Yep,
Sorry.
was made on the
site Pony Pig
21st.
sounds like you're saying like OnlyFans for ponies or
Yeah.
something. I'm
Yeah, but
sorry.
basically it's called Pony Pics, where it just has picture of ponies.
Yeah.
But it says that the marble one was made on the 21st of the 1st, 2021. And in the description, it actually has what Ryan said on his YouTube.
Sorry, what was the date?
The marble one was created 21st of the 1st, 2021.
21st of January.
Yep, 21st
His
of the
YouTube
1st.
channel currently, his current YouTube channel joined YouTube on February the 25th, 2021. So he must have had a channel before this point. So what happened to that other YouTube channel?
Let me just, actually there it is. Let's see if the link works. Let's see what's the link work. Video is private. Video is
So there's
private.
another possible YouTube channel out there if it's the 21st of January.
It could
Let me
just
have a
be
look at
that
this
he.
myself.
Let me send Ben. I'm going to send the screenshots if Ben wants to.
No, I'll show it in the stream. Just just send me the send the screenshots
Owner
to the group chats,
Pig.
and I'll show it in the stream.
Yeah. Now here you go. We can all see Marble's cute little face, and we
I
can
think
also
that's
see her going.
921. I think that's 921.
Yep.
No, that looks like is that 9 or is that a 1? That looks really hard like a
I
1,
gather
doesn't
that
it?
it's a 9.
I thought it was a 1.
Yeah, that's what it looks like at first glance. Yeah, it's a 9. If I, like, I can show
Okay,
you. Hold
so
on,
it's
I've
a
got
9.
my
Okay. Now,
No,
okay,
you go
so
on
it
to
says,
something
here is
and
my
it's just-
speed paint / drawing of marble pie. Tap here to watch my speed paint. Follow me more for My Little Pony drawings.
Yeah, you can see there as I've sent in our chat, it was the 9. It was 9.
Oh, it looks. Oh, it says because it looks so low resolution when you do look at it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
sorry about that. But when I clicked on the video, it's not been removed. It's just privated.
Fuzzy wants to join us.
Okay.
Who?
Again,
Fuzzy
sorry
Taco.
everybody
I'm about
for
to end
the.
the. Well, the thing is,
Okay, I'm sorry everybody for my little thing there, but yeah, it's a. I read it as a 1 because it does look like
It
a
was
1.
still worth it to bring up though, because I also had the same confusion as you when I looked at that stuff. I was like, wait a minute, first that would have been January, but his YouTube channel, and then piecing it together, no, it's actually a 9. He writes really weirdly.
Oh, but hold on, Cosmic. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm lubricating my throat. Give me a sec.
Okay. Why has he put it 9/21/21 when in the UK we would write it as the 21st of the 9th, 2021?
Wait, yeah, why has he done that? Because I've got my time up right now. The way that we do date formats is
Our
the
date
day,
format would be written as this:
the
21st.
day, month, and then the year. Whereas he's done it the month, the day, and then the year.
Yeah.
So why
Just an example.
done this?
Sorry, I've just was like
Why
90.
is he just a consistently diabolical piece of shit?
Sorry, I just read this that
Who
one.
knows? Who knows? Like, this is Ryan we're talking about.
Yep. So all I can say to this is, why write an American? Why do that when you are clearly British?
Because he's dumb. Also, hold out for a little bit, Ben. I've just asked someone very special if they'd like to come into the stream call. But I don't know if I get a response. They're currently on phone.
Okay.
Can I just say as well, in terms of the character assassination, I think that is foul. I think that is they went idle, never mind. I think that is absolutely foul. And I got so right. That theory started as a paranoid. Hold on. That theory started as a paranoid thought in my head. And the more I thought about it, the more I looked at the evidence, I got so disturbed. I was hyperventilating. I was nearly having a panic attack because I was like, oh my God, I could have been in Crispy's situation right there. And that would have fucked me up. And I did apologize to Crispy privately because I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that you took the brunt of what happened here. And so I know it's not my fault because I'm not Ryan. I'm not a piece of shit like him. But the fact that it could have been me and I was unpopular enough, thank God. And I was smart enough, thank God, to make Ryan go, actually, I'll target this person instead. It disturbs me that it could have been me. It disturbs me that it really could have been me. Sorry, I just had to get that out there.
Okay. Hey, Cosmic, did you know that Ryan had a Twitch account?
Twitch account?
Yes.
I didn't know that. When was it made?
Oh, this one, let me go on to here, was last used as of 5 years ago. Five years ago.
2021.
This
when
account
was
is
it made?
inactive, unnecessary. Find me on YouTube instead.
Give me a sec. Wait, account creation date.
I'm gonna check this account.
I'm gonna check it as well, girl.
It says last used 5 years ago. Last like 5 years ago. There's nothing in the home. There's nothing in the about section. Nothing in clips. Nothing in videos. Nothing in schedule. They've removed almost everything if they were active there.
Creation date, the 24th of February 2021. Ryan on Wi-Fi, username and nickname. Account it's, this is why you don't fuck with me. Account age, 5 years, 4 months. Age in days is 1,173. Followers, visit profile. As we can see, he has 0 followers. Description, this account is inactive and unnecessary. Find me on YouTube instead. Region NA, user ID 654631185. Confidence high, accuracy range exact, verified no, total posts unavailable. This is why you don't fuck with me with this shit. This is why you don't fuck with me with this shit.
So I guess we found Ryan's one of his accounts now, which good luck of trying to get into Twitch now, Ryan. So I believe I'm gonna have to conclude this stream because the stream is nearly 3 hours now, and I do have to take care of stuff because unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I wasted my first day off during jury duty. And now I have to try to do what I can for today. Like, I already did the part 4 gameplay of Sonic Adventures 2 in my Vidly account, finally. I'm trying to see if I could take care of someone outside the internet that needs my attention, you know, family relations. But anyways, with that being said, I want to personally thank Flutterio and then Cosmic for joining in the stream. I want to thank you ladies for coming in. And again, class, I'm urging you all to share this video around, which again, the link of the video is in the description. Share this around. Let this information be around all over the place so Ryan cannot try to weasel his way out of it or try to change the narrative or make himself a victim, because he's not. Because I really do believe that everything that's been connected so far in this video is 99% accurate of what he's doing, given the pattern of his behavior. So... And also, Ryan, I really find it so fucking cute that you tried, you know, to pull the, oh, I'm leaving YouTube the moment you saw the tweets by Cosmic, which is very fucking convenient. So, good luck of trying to delete everything, because as it was proven in the video that everything was archived of your behavior. And sooner or later, people are gonna start talking, and they will ask you questions, and you can't weasel your way out of it.
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. My video may start off small right now, but when it reaches the right, and I'm not saying if, when it reaches the right person, when the right person takes a look at it, and when the right person actually decides to correct the record on their channel for whatever reason, he's done.
Oh, by the way, I found the Equestria Daily thing where he where his artwork was featured.
Oh, really?
Gotcha.
I found it. Just give me a second.
And how short it stream?
It was, by the way, in 2021. So when did he do? So the speed paint was from 2021. There we go.
Open My Little Pony art compilation, all skill levels, welcome 87.
And his was the 24th image to be there. Look at that. Look at
I'm
that.
just scrolling
Lovely,
it up to
isn't it?
reach 24.
And that
23.
image
Yep,
of
I see
Maud,
it.
the image of Maud was made on the 19th of the 8th, 2021. And this was, it was a speed paint actually. So yes, he was uploading his pony artwork there. Yes. There you go.
God, he's such a piece of shit. Sorry.
Okay.
No
worries.
worries. But don't worry, I already showed the Equestria Daily and I showed the list 24 that, yeah, it's there. So, yeah, like, good luck of trying to make excuses for this one, Ryan. You're fucked. So, again, sooner or later, people are going to ask you questions and confront you. So...
But it's not even that. It's not even that. Sooner or later, the right person is going to come around. Even though my video is starting off small right now, sooner or later, the right person is going to come around. Look at this whole thing. See my video and see how Ryan orchestrated literally everything about Brandon, about Crispy, about all the events in 2023, about how he's lied, this, that, and the other. And it's all going to come crashing down on him, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next decade, next millennia, whatever the fuck. If we somehow survive as a race beyond like 1,000 years and this gets uncovered, baby, I called it all the way back in 2023 as a joke.
Yep, so...
I cannot believe how close I was with a joke.
Yep. So, again, I want to thank Cosmic and Flutterio for joining the stream, and thank you guys for watching the stream. And again, please share this stream as well as Cosmic's video, which again is the link of the video is in the description. And yes, I'm going to change the thumbnail once this stream is over. So, with that being said, class,
I will be, and also I'm sorry if I sounded a bit out of like not being able to find words, etc. It's just how I get. It's just how I am right now. Just how I am.
No, you're good.
Not be able to
You're
find
good.
words or remember stuff.
No, you're good. You're good. Also, I want to thank my Patreon supporters for their ongoing support, that being NASCAR Man 101. Thank you. If you want to support of what I do, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Links of all my social media could be in the description. Please give Cosmic Times channel a subscription. Check out her channel, as well as follow Flutterio's channel on follow Flutterio's Twitter, which is on Twitter. And thank you all for joining in. I am Jedi Griffin Pictures, aka Ben Maza.
AKA Toucan Sam.
Yeah, that, whatever, aka Toucan Sam. And Ryan, get fucked. Get fucked, twig boy.
Ryan, eat my ass, you faggot.
And that's it. Thank you all for joining in, and take care.